Right back, Charlie.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like. There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like. There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on. Thank you very much for that, Ian Wright. Just as Ian Wright himself said there, folks, people deluded, I'm back again. It's our final game before a short international break. It's Arsenal versus Burnley. You know, we had a great week in the Champions League this week. Obviously, where the Premier League is concerned after our defeat to Newcastle, for whatever reason, we need to hit back and we need to come back fighting and we need to get 3 points today, people. Again, the Newcastle game, I don't think, watching it twice, emotion removed from me, I think the only positives I would say is that I think we defended well. I think we competed in the middle third. I don't think Newcastle tried to bully us beyond any other team in any other big game, but they tried to bully us and we showed we wouldn't roll over. But again, chance creation and ultimately chance conversion. We got to remember Burnley in relation to this game, they're fighting for their lives. When you think of Burnley, you think of Brexit football, traditional British football, as some would say. You know, Company has kind of converted that. But again, they're not really the best of teams in the Premier League. And I'm sure he's going to want to get one over his fellow ex-City man in Mikel Arteta. You got the lineup for us. I can check the lineup in just a moment. This game will be 5-0. I hope so, man. I hope so. The sun's shining. It's quite warm in London, specifically North London. So I hope in that regards, you know, it's raining goals, really and truly. I really hope we do a madness today. The sun's shining, the grass is cut at the Emirates. You know what we're on, really and truly. There's some rumours Benjamin White isn't in the squad. In theory, I don't want to hear that, and I hope it's nothing serious for Benjamin, but we can't really pay players to stay fit at this moment in time, can we? So, yeah, is Weghorst still there? Big up Weghorst. I did not think he was still at Burnley, man. Starboy is fit. Big up American Gunner. What I can do, surely Arsenal have released a lineup on their Twitter at the very least. Yes, they have. One sec, people. Let me get this link and slap it here for you lot. One sec. Oh, I forgot to share the screen with you lot again. Oh, just a moment, people. Just a moment. Again, big up the Twitch gang. If you're on YouTube, make sure you're smashing the like button and all of that. Again, where Arsenal's lineup's concerned, you've got Raya, Tomiyasu, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, a midfield trio of Jorginho, Declan Rice, and Kai Havertz. Up front, you've got Trossard, Saka, and Martinelli. On the bench, Ramsdale, Kiwior, Young Waters, as is Sego Jr. is also on the bench, and young Bradley Ibrahim. So there's a couple of Haylenders. You've got Nelson and Nketiah's back to be on the bench. El Nene's also there, and you've got Fabio Vieira. Now, respectfully to Burnley, again, you can't look at football games on paper, but we should have enough to beat them. You know, I thought you weren't at Burnley anymore, so yeah, maybe in that regards. But in relation to the lineup, we should have enough out there, regardless of who is fit and who is injured and stuff, to get something out of this result, something positive. You know, let's be honest, we don't really want to draw. We need 3 points, really and truly. Bit nervous with Benjamin White because he seems like one of the ones that you could bet on, and I'm sure he was probably pushing in his own way to be in the matchday squad, but obviously he's not here. Tomiyasu's back into the lineup and starting his second game this week, but if we remember, he came off at halftime because he felt some discomfort. Hopefully there's no complications there. Zinchenko's been given an opportunity to be back in the side because I don't know Zinchenko. I'd imagine you actually would start against Burnley. We're probably expected to be on the front foot and do less defending a lot more, but arguably, if Benjamin White's fit, Tomiyasu's the man of the moment, and he probably continues in that inverted role at left back. Obviously, our midfield, we found out the news Thomas Partey may not be fit for the rest of 2023. I say may in hope. It looks probable. Jorginho's been given an extended run in the team and done quite well, but unfortunately with Jorginho, not necessarily related today, you have to kind of accept that there might be those struggling moments, Chelsea away or probably when he came off the bench against Spurs. But other than that, he was good. And to be fair, he was one of the better players against Newcastle. And obviously midweek, you saw his lovely, what would you even call that, a pre-assist. He's played in Saka squared it to Trossard. Kai Havertz, can we get a goal from open play today, please, bro? Please, like, need to see you step up now. I think you replaced Odegaard quite well in that, you know, the defensive metrics, the pressing off the ball and all of that sort of stuff Mikel Arteta demands. You can do what Odegaard does, but I need to see some confidence now. I need to see you put a claim down for your first team spot. I need to see that you're a leader in this Arsenal team. I've said it before. I look at Havertz in the same way I look at Zinchenko, who's also starting today, Jesus and Odegaard, in that you're not the oldest of players, but you've got a wealth of experience coming into this young squad. Throw Declan Rice into that as well. And, you know, Declan Rice has shown that he's a leader. Kai Havertz, at the moment, it looks like he needs your handheld. That being said, the last 3 games, I do think, have been a step in the right direction for Kai Havertz. At the same time, as we know, unfortunately, the bar is on the floor with Kai Havertz. You know, anytime we start praising people for working hard and things like that, I genuinely believe we're starting to cross into some dangerous territory, people. But nonetheless, he's got an opportunity today, man. And come on now, we're almost in December. I'm exaggerating. We've just got into November, but can we get a goal from open play? You owe it to yourself. Raya, hopefully you do your thing. Be nice to see Aaron Ramsdale again, but it is what it is in that regards, people. So yeah, Gabriel and Saliba, just keep doing what you're doing, especially you, Saliba. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right things, man. One sec, people. YouTube is telling me something. Again, predictions, talking points, opinions, questions. Get them all in, people. Without you, the platform is dead. You lot make these watch-alongs worthwhile, and you make being on YouTube worthwhile. So again, as much as I really like my voice, as much as I like to hear my own voice, I prefer to hear you lot's opinions. Big up you lot tuned in, people. Let's go with Arsenal. Let's go with sorry, folks. Some nonsense that plenty. Still here, of course. So yeah, man, what do you lot make of the lineup? I think that's enough out there. Again, you know, to be fair, I am doing a certain player Trossard an injustice, man. I think for now, for an extended period, unless something really changes, I'll personally want to see Trossard, Saka, and Martinelli up front. Really, you know, there's fluidity, there's sharp 1-2 zips round the corner. They seem to play well. I don't quite buy into this notion that players don't play well with Eddie Nketiah or they don't like to play with him, but in a nice way, Eddie Nketiah is a traditional striker. There's an element of selfishness in his play, and I don't mind that. You need to be able to do that. Any striker that's a serious striker is selfish ultimately, but I just feel with Trossard not being a natural striker, he's more likely to make selfless runs. He's less likely to take an opportunity that's not really there on his own, really. So I think that's what we need to see. And for me, it's the interchangingness. And based on the game midweek, to be fair with you, you know, keeping Martinelli, Saka, and Trossard in mind, which again, it's probably going to be a different game for Martinelli and Saka because in the Champions League, it seems like all the teams are happy to give you space. In the Prem, we know that's not the case. But based on that game, the front three were great. I think even Kai Havertz making those runs forward and Jorginho and Rice tucked like very high. I think I really did like that. And I think when you look at the first goal we scored, it was in a nice way. It was one from the training ground. We forced them into a mistake. Obviously, a bit of added romance around it because if I remember correctly, Declan Rice has picked the pocket of Lamena, an ex-Spurs man. Long story short, it's with Benjamin White. Then obviously Jorginho plays that wonderful pass. Saka squares it. Trossard has a tap in. I'd love to score goals like that on a regular basis, man. And you know, I do think Arsenal need another striker, but I think a striker only solves part of the problem up top. You know, I do think a better striker, even when presented with half chances, people they might have done a bit better. But if I'm honest with you, we're not really, regardless of the goals we've scored, I'm well aware we scored 80 odd last season. I'm well aware that we've got like 20 plus this season, but I don't think we're converting enough. But we're not creating, really and truly, we're not creating. Like I just said, going back a bit to the Newcastle game, the only thing I think we didn't do in that game is create chances. Pope had nothing to do, really and truly. And I saw us create a bag of chances in the Champions League, really. So I don't know what that is about. But yeah, so if we necessarily sign a striker, are they necessarily going to fare much better, really? Or if a better question, are they going to be able to score as much goals as they can? You know, whether, you know, it's Osimhen or Vlahovic or Ivan Toney, whatever player tickles you lot's fancy that you would like to see up front, just picture them in the Arsenal lineup. Of course, they might score more goals than the existing options, but let's just say they get 15, 20. Could it be a thing where if we, you know, arrest the problems that we have in chance creation, they could get an extra 10 in all comps? I don't know, man. Big up yourself, Trevor. Apologies for calling it. Well, you're on to me. Is it Gabriel Jesus or Gabriel Jesus or Gabriel Jesus? Like, you're giving me a language lesson in the comments, man. But big up yourself, man. But fortunately, we won't have to get caught up on that today. Would like to see Saka pop up in the 10 sometimes this game. I remember a game he had a couple seasons ago where he was primarily in the right half space and he balled out. Do you remember? It might have been COVID times. But do you remember when Mikel Arteta walked in and there was a point, I'm sure, Bukayo Saka, I remember Saka playing right back in the game against City, and we all know Saka came up playing as a left back. But do you remember there was a period Saka was actually playing centre mid? And I don't think, that will ever be Bukayo Saka, but I wonder where he will end up in his long-term future. We all know he's a winger. But in terms of spaces, of course, man, Saka isn't a winger like that. No one's the bagsmen in the league are not really wingers like that. Son's not really a winger. Saka isn't really a winger. Salah's not really a winger. Even Kulusevski, a next guy they tried to compare to Saka, I don't even react when other fans compare Dons. There's been so many challenges of Bukayo Saka's thrown, but you come at the king, don't miss. There was Sancho, Hudson-Odoi, that madman, I don't even want to say his name, but he's gone to Spain on loan, Mudryk, Kulusevski. There's many duds that have tried to come at Bukayo Saka. But yeah, I agree with you, because ultimately, the more central you are, the closer you are in theory towards fashioning a shot or doing them neat little 1-2s and things like that. But I do like the balance that Saka and more so Martinelli, because I think Martinelli, I don't have the heat maps or anything to hand, but I think Martinelli is more likely to get chalk on his boots. But I would also say on that as well, the game in the Champions League, it was the first game where I didn't moan about something. And I feel in general, a lot of the time, even in the minutes Nelson's got, or I definitely Trossard against West Ham when we went out the cup, and generally week in, week out with Bukayo Saka and Martinelli, more so Saka, if I'm honest, Saka keeps having to drop deep to receive the ball. Keyword, far too frequently for me. Now, obviously, you have to drop deep. That's how the game dictates. You can't always wait for it. But Saka is dangerous when the ball's in behind and he's asking questions. You look at the Dan Burn, how he was against Dan Burn. Obviously, when they're doubling up against you, tripling up in some cases, you have to drop deep. And I don't know how you fix that. But I think Arteta needs to, really, because you can't really expect Saka or Martinelli consistently through 90 minutes, or any player to consistently get the ball, dance past 3-4 players. It just does not happen like that. You're Portuguese. Allow me, man. Allow me, man. Allow me. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Wolves peeing me off. Take your chances. I saw Brennan Johnson scored for Spurs. I was like, yeah, forget it. Wolves, you're not serious, man. Maybe if Pedro Neto was there, fair enough. Don't worry, though, man. What, Basuma's out for the City game? Them Spurs youths, it's coming. And I want all the rhetoric that was said about my football club last season. I want people to be saying that about Spurs. Spurs must win the league. The manager's one of the best in the league. They must win the league. They must pip City to this. They have to deal with the injuries. Question marks about who they didn't bring in. I want all those expectations, but they're not going to be the same. Arsenal are hated. Spurs are the media darlings and whatnot. And we're judged by two serious different premises. These injuries are starting to pile up. Bench looking dangerously thin. It is, but as much as I've got sympathies for Mikel Arteta, bro, injuries are not exclusive to us. And we've been seeing how this story pans out normally in the second half of a season. And I did think we improved our depth. And obviously, the club might have tried, but ultimately we don't have the strongest strength in depth to really be competing on multiple fronts. Now, don't get it twisted. Regardless of that, you have to make it happen. And we have to find a way and make a play. But for me, it just is where it is. I mean, as we know, the less players you have and the more injuries you get and all of those sort of things, the more you're relying on players to be ever fit and you're running them into the red zone. Again, this is why I said personally, I think the priority for our football club has to be addressing midfield and have a world where we've got Declan Rice, a younger model of Partey, maybe that's 2 6s, 2 decent 8s, like 4 genuine options to compete for those 2 positions behind Odegaard. But right now we don't have that. Clearly, I like a striker and a winger. And maybe it's easier said than done. Could we find another multifunctional defender, a bit like the Timbers and the Tomiyasus of this world, that they can play both sides of fullback, really? Again, I know he had injuries and that went against him. And I don't know how much Newcastle paid for Livramento. But considering the amount of times we've been linked with him and we've scouted him, could that have been a smart little purchase? Again, the dream would be someone of João Cancelo sort of makeup, a younger model that we can improve defensively. But I think we could do with that. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I know Kiwior and Benjamin White can cover 2 positions as well. But I said Timber and Tomiyasu because their versatility is, across the back 3, really. If we could get another centre-back, I'm not necessarily against it. I know we got Kiwior. I feel sorry for him in that. There's a lot of competition at left back, and we've got 2 monsters at centre back. But I think he's a decent player, if I'm completely honest with you lot. But if we could get another centre back, I think we'd be all right. So we'd have to see. So yeah, man. What else you lot saying? Hit the like button. Gabriel Moscardo. I mean, I signed him in Football Manager. I think that's as good as it gets. But our bench is looking very thin. But we made our bed. We got to line it. You know, United have had to deal with injuries. Chelsea at the start of the season, maybe even now, had to deal with injuries. It's nothing exclusive to us. And I'm not being funny. For how many years have we seen injuries kind of make us nervous or turn over our season? We've seen it. We've seen it enough times under Mikel Arteta. Arsenal fans, young and old, some more than others. We've seen it. We've seen this story play out. Again, if the club tried to bring in another centre mid and all these things, I'm sure Arteta would like to address the concerns we have. I give them their credit. But as a fan, I can only comment on what is in front of me. And at the same time, just like on a football pitch, sometimes you might play badly and win. Sometimes you might play great and lose. But ultimately, when you look back in May, all that matters is how much games you've won, drawn and lost. You're not going to go, that defeat was better than that in February and things like that. So it's either to relate that back to the transfer market. It's either do or don't do, really and truly. And I'm sure in theory, no manager, in my opinion, would like to buy or sell players in January in an ideal world, because you'd have enough with your squad. It is a reactive window. There's injuries, players want to leave. There might be international tournaments to think about and all of that kind of jazz. It's a reactive window, really. And obviously, you've got players like last season where Kyrill's not really breaking the bank trying to buy him from Spezia. Trossard, I'm sure he wasn't even training with Brighton. 1 foot out the door. Jorginho, it was made clear from Chelsea that you need to go and do other things. We were able to pick some players apart. And obviously, Trossard in particular was a smart purchase, because we failed with the... who was we trying to get them times there, people? Mudryk. Yeah, it didn't bang for us. So we reacted. But we're going to need to do something in January, man. We really need to. I don't really sleep well thinking about Arsenal's midfield. When everyone's fit, I think there's some decent options, but central midfield really concerns me. And anyone that's been following me on a regular basis, I've said that on a frequent occasion. And then you've also got the players that we've been linked with, less so much because of his injury, but Pedro Neto, obviously the man of the moment, probably the most linked Arsenal player to Arsenal in the last few weeks and months would be Ivan Toney. So yeah, and obviously of recent Douglas Luiz. But these players, you got to remember, their teams, every team is trying to accomplish whatever goal they set out in August. And these players make their team stronger. Brentford, clearly Tony's one of the first names on the team sheet. They stood by him with betting things. I think a couple of their strikers are going to the Africa Cup of Nations. So naturally, regardless of Tony's fitness, you're going to want to throw him in. Aston Villa at this moment in time are flying relatively high, having a good season under our former manager, Unai Emery. Why would you want to let Douglas Luiz leave? And apparently he's got he signed a new deal. And in the last 24 hours, apparently there's a 70-something valuation on him. Some say there's 60-odd. I think he's a decent player. I think he'll bring something to the squad. Ultimately, it's not my money. And if you need to do that, you need to do that. But probably a bit overpriced, really. Like, just for humour me, people. Like, for example, let's just say we woke up in January and we've signed Ivan Toney for whatever fees, linked with anything from as low as 65 to as high as 100. Make up whatever fee you want in your head. We signed Pedro Neto. Apparently, we value him at 40. They're saying 70 million. Make up what you want in that regard. We get Zubimendi for 50 odd, or you get Douglas Luiz for 65, 70 odd. I'm not saying these players won't help us. They won't bring anything to the table, and I'm necessarily against them. But is it value for money? Obviously, we can't talk about the summer because we're in a season now. But could you do better things in the summer collectively? As I said, if Arsenal or Arteta could sit me down and say, yeah, I agree with you, DG. We'd like a striker, we'd like a winger, we'd like to address midfield, but we can only fix one area in January. For me, I can't lie, and I'm sure a lot of you are different. I'd love to know your thoughts, people. But for me personally, central midfield, man, without a doubt, it has to be central midfield. I don't necessarily think we couldn't improve defensively or offensively. But I think we've got decent options defensively. I think we've got decent options in the final third. The middle third, I don't think any of them are bad players. Partey, a quality player. Availability is the best trait you can have. Declan Rice, a quality player. Whether he's going to develop to play as an 8 or a 6. Love the guy. I think he's the only one that, there's nothing to say about in a negative light. But he's only one man and he's human like us. God forbid he could get an injury. I'm sure he struggled with a back injury earlier in the season. I'm sure when he signed for Arsenal, the Charles Watts and all the them kind of folk of this world were saying that, we're not going to see the best of him for a second because he's playing with a back injury now. Obviously, as time's gone on, he's got better and better in terms of his performances. Maybe that's been the case. I like Jorginho. I think he's done a lot better than a lot of us would have given him credit for. But I just feel with Jorginho, especially if he plays Zinchenko, you probably have to accept that you're going to be weaker on the defensive transition, and there's going to be those games like against Spurs. I think Jorginho can be used in the squad and utilised. I don't know if he's the one. El Nene, you ain't played football for the best part of a year. I think there's a 10 appearances, or 15 appearances in some capacity in the league for you, and all comps is you. But again, you know, the 3 players, excluding Declan Rice that I've named, they're all on the wrong side of 30. And I'm not saying they couldn't be utilized in the squad, but you could make a case of these guys are fairly expendable. And then you've got young Lokonga, who's unfortunately injured and was on a loan at Luton. Can't see him returning and looking like Yaya Toure. I just remembered, on the topic of Yaya Toure, we absolutely need to smoke Burnley today. Burnley is nothing to do with you lot personally. Company, you was the one that told us he's the next Yaya Toure. You bumped us. We need to smoke Burnley today. We need to smoke Burnley today. Douglas Luiz and Tony, I'm sold on. Not the most keen on Neto. Definitely think he's low on the priority list. Probably. And maybe in theory, looking back, obviously Reece Nelson was a bit of a cult hero, and he is improving, and he's Hayland and all of these sort of things with him. But could a part of that reason of giving him a new deal was we know his willingness to stay, kind of, because from this time last year, when there isn't really talks about Nelson signing a new deal, in all the interviews, I want to stay, I want to do this and that. Could that have protected us a bit? Because maybe we didn't think we'd get another winger in. And that was kind of something for us. Wolves equalized. Wolves, I'm sorry. My guys, come on, Wolves. Come on. Let's not get excited. Come on, Wolves. Come on, Wolves. Come on, Wolves. Hey, big up Queen of this house. Come on, Wolves. Yes, how long's left? Please tell me it was a late equalizer. 90th minute Fergie time. That game surely should be done. It's almost 2:30. 92nd minute. Spurs are jammy though. Has VAR cleared everything as well before I get excited? You lot thought you could handle squad depth. Boy, I know Arsenal's strongest team beat City this season. I don't know. You take a couple players out of that Spuds team. Woo! They're getting rabies, getting bitten by Wolves. It's crazy. Come on. Come on, Wolves. I hope it was Hwang or something. Come on, Wolves. Hey. You thought Angie was a miracle worker. Get out of here, man. 89th. Please, God, please. Do you know what? I should be humble because Arsenal ain't kicked the ball yet. I really should. No, we should have known Company was lying when he said next Yaya Toure about Sambi, bro, finessed us. I'm not gonna lie, Arteta. If you did the George Graham, if you did the George Graham and put some money in your pocket for the Lokonga deal, it's cool, Gaffer, man. It's not my money. It's calm because you two knew each other from City. Maybe that was a bit of Narcos Netflix series stuff. Because do you know what the saddest thing with Lokonga? He actually looked decent initially, and I don't think Lokonga is a bad player. I just feel he ain't got the mentality, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't think you're a disruptive figure. I don't mean any of that stuff, but you just don't seem to get it really. And from a footballing point of view, he probably is best comfortable as an 8 at this moment because he's very naive. He's like a deer. If you could picture a deer in some headlights and on in an ice ring, it's crazy. I think he plays like that. I don't think you're switched on defensively enough to be as a 6, which I think for all the 8s I've seen at Arsenal, unless you look like Yaya Toure, I don't think you can play as an 8 at this club, really. I think the bar stops at the project we're trying to do with Declan Rice in that 8 role, or the Havertz and all of them kind of guys that could play in that role. So I'm not really keen on that. Boy. And even when the all or nothing where Eddie's sticking it on him, say what you want about Eddie and Nketiah, that man's mentality is one of the best in our squads, whatever you think about him. Do you want Tony and Jan? I'm not against it. I'm not against Ivan Tony and Jan. I wouldn't say Ivan Tony would be my first. I do think there's no in between when discussing Ivan Tony. I think some Arsenal fans, the door shut. They're not really trying to hear it at all. They're not on it at all. I think some fans behave like it's going to change our whole lives, really and truly. I think he'd probably be a bit overpriced for what in an ideal world I want to pay for Ivan Tony, but I do think he could bring something to the table. That being said, unpopular opinion, I would love a striker in January. I really would, but I would wait till the summer, honestly, because if you offer me Ivan Toney in January confirmed, or the prospect of trying to get an Osimhen, or on the basis of Arteta went, through hell to try and get Vlahovic, seeing what Juventus could do in that regards, I'd more be likely to explore that. Take nothing away from Tony's Premier League proven. As I said, I like the guy. I think there's a lot he'll bring to the table. And you could argue he's probably one of the more attainable strikers on the market, really, with his contract up. But Osimhen with a year left, obviously a bunch of teams are going to be fighting for him. Throw my hat into the ring, see what could be done for Vlahovic. Maybe even open to, the Bona faces of this world, these kind of strikers that pop up every 18 months. But I'm not against Tony at all, man. But as I said earlier, for me, central mid, man. Like, let's just fix central midfield in some capacity, and then we move forward. Whether you can tempt Zubimendi, whether you want to bring in Douglas Luiz, whether you're going to go and bring that Brazilian Andre, whatever you want to do, just I need to see that we've got a midfielder, because I do think we're playing a dangerous game in midfield. I need Fabio to start more. I mean, if Havertz is starting, Fabio could start. But I think the one thing that Havertz gets over Fabio Vieira is that obviously he brings a bit of physicality and height and that defensive, not really nous, but he's for a player that's meant to have skills in the final third. He's a lot more proactive in the dirtier arts of football than others. Even though that's all I can see from him, I think that's what he gets over him. And Havertz isn't really bullied as much as Vieira. I like Vieira. He's shown, really since the Community Shield that he's going from being like on the peripheral to Arteta, I'm a rotation guy. I think he just needs to keep doing that, assert himself in games a bit more, and just see. Oh, it's difficult because I think he's bringing consistency, but bringing more consistency. Give Mikel Arteta every reason to not start you. And I don't know if it's necessarily a gym thing. I do think he could bulk up and be a bit more robust, and I think he said he's going gym and that. But yeah, when you look at people like Bernardo Silva, obviously Bernardo Silva is, Fabio Vieira could only dream to be like that one day. But in terms of stature, Bernardo Silva might be more small and frailer than him. But why doesn't he get moved off the ball as easy as you? I don't know what it is. I don't know what supplements it could be. But you're both Portuguese. There must be some sort of group chat for the British-based Portuguese players to meet up and socialize, and the wives and kids and stuff. Ask him, man. Get tips, man. You think Pep isn't asking Arteta for tips? Like he said, you think half of these managers in the Premier League, obviously, some probably have better relations than others. You think they're not talking to former managers or fellow managers in the Premier League about tips in general, not obviously tactics and that, but things in general. That's what you should be doing in any walk of life. At what point do we actually have to question what these players are doing in training? Is it MMA? Not exaggerating when I say it's a new player every week. Honestly, I don't know, but I think it's more of a case of recovery, really, because it takes 48 hours to recover from a football game, anything from 24 to 48 hours. And I'm no physio. I can't really explain this, but, when you factor in, the workload in the week, the games these lot have been playing, some have been playing hella games for the last 2 years. In fact, things like flying, traveling, these things play a part in your recovery. And obviously training has to be fairly intense. Every game in the Premier League is very intense. These players can't train not to that tempo or that sort of thing. So naturally, there's probably a bit of a build-up. Of course, not every training session is the most intense. All I could say is, maybe there needs to be better rehab and understanding, because I actually feel last season, now, obviously, our fixture calendar list wasn't as condensed, and some things could be some things, but Partey's been injured really since he stepped through the door at the Emirates. Was fit to make 40 appearances for Arsenal last season and 33 in the league. Tierney was fit them times there. Two players that, they've got season tickets, unfortunately, in the physio room. So I don't know what's happened, really. I don't know. It may be, forgive me if I'm wrong, didn't our head doctor leave? Is there a bit of changing in practices? Could Arteta be trying things? We all play Football Manager. Not that it's the same, but when you make training sessions a lot more intense midway through a season, bare injuries. I don't know, really. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Again, it's one of them things you're never going to know unless you're directly working at London Coley, or, your Declan Rice's cousin or someone like that, where they can tell you directly an informed opinion. It's a myth. We should be winning with the lineup. This lineup is strong enough to destroy this Burnley side. There's no excuses for the lineup. No excuses. And big up Wolves for taking the lead. Well, did someone say they're taking the lead? Sorry, equalising. I'll get excited, man. Let me stop, man, because Spurs love drama. We have to show Burnley who's boss. Amen. Havertz first Prem goal. Maybe a couple, what you reckon, Deluded. I mean, goals are like bosses. Havertz is due a brace, if he scores his first. I've made a commitment to say it every live stream, and we're going to keep saying it. A broken clock can be right twice a day, as you lot know. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button. Kai Havertz is scoring today. Now, me personally, I'm going 2-0 Arsenal. Trossard, show me something. Trossard, Saka, show me something. But I want an onslaught, of course. DG, just a quick question. Why do you think we don't play Zini as an inverted right back instead? Why does he always have to play as a left back? Honestly, I don't know, really. These left-footed players, they don't, it's weird because what left-footed players really want to use their right foot? You got Dembele. It just seems like every left-footed player don't want to use their right foot. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe he's uncomfortable, but it is something to explore. Maybe I think you kind of I more want to see that if we were to do that against Sheffield United than Burnley, because I think Burnley have enough quality to really ask us some questions if we kind of mess about. I think we should be the team that has the bulk of possession. They should be at our whim and at our mercy, but I don't think they're as cuddly and as cute as we're making out, if I'm honest with you. And there should be a no fear factor, if I'm honest, from a Burnley perspective, because if we lose, hella headlines. If they lose, there's nothing said. We've got 40 likes. Can we keep going? I don't know where that message has gone, but I got a super chat. Thank you very much, Miss Gunner. Miss, forgive me for mispronunciations, but your time is valued and so is your coin. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, Freddie, man. Yo, I don't know about them guys. Saka, every week there's a new challenger to Bukayo Saka. This guy's better than him. That guy's better than him. So all I would ask, all these guys that have come at Bukayo Saka's crown to be one of the best young players in the Premier League, if they ain't got double figures, if they don't score in big games, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care if they could do step overs. I've seen, these players are technically better than Saka. That's great. They can do that. They can be more eye-catching than Saka. Saka's playing week in, week out, getting money, Ballon d'Or nominations, PFA Player of the Year, Team of the Year, things and stuff like that. If your star boys are not doing that, I don't want to hear it. Like, I really don't. Like, if they're not doing what Saka and Martinelli are doing, even Martinelli, got 15 league goals last year? Or was it 14? Either way, he's due another one. They need to return his goal because he scored a great goal against United and they zanged that off him. See, that's what they're doing to my star boys. I'm seeing some star boys, might as well sign up for that Foot Asylum series because they can't even eat, they can't even have lunch at their crib. Certain men were called generational talents, and now are they even doing much for Nottingham Forest? Boy, I don't know. I really don't know. Certain guys were signed from Ajax and they just play like a Beyblade. Don't compare these frauds to Bukayo Saka, man. Don't compare them, man. He's not the same. The last guy they tried to compare and had the utter cheek to nutmeg Partey and score a banger at the Emirates. What did Saka do? Done his celebration to him. Don't let Saka's cute face fool you. He's unruly, man. But yeah, if your star boy's not doing any of that, don't compare him to Saka or Martinelli. For me anyway, Smith Rowe's still here. There's a certain guy over there at Chelsea, that a certain low socks baller that they're gassing and stuff like that. He's a quality player. But let's not forget who set the ways, man. Smith Rowe soon going to be back. Gooner might have been right, man. DG, watch the goal, touch, and finish on point. Where are we watching this game as well? We need stream links as well, folks. Let me do the boring part. Keep your opinions coming, but I'm aware time is ticking on, and I ain't done the boring part of this stream, which is the lineup, folks, man. But yeah, big up you lot. Let me open this Photoshop file. Where are we now? Let's type in Arsenal. Trossard's bagging today, man. Trossard. For the foreseeable future, I'm not going to even lie. You're what I want to see up front. I do think there'll be some games where Eddie and Ketia will be required, but you're exactly what I want to see, man. Just for the next at least 3-4 games, I just want to see interchanging movement, skills, and lovely football. And I was having this debate with my friend yesterday, people. Am I wrong? Now, obviously, we've played more games in the league than the Champions League. But personally, I think our performances in the Champions League have been better, with the exception of the City game, with that basis. I know we lost to Newcastle, but I do think there was elements of encouragement. But PSV, we moved to them. Sevilla, home and away, moved to them. We shush about the Lens game. I didn't watch it. I don't think I did a watch-along. But yeah. And I want to see a reaction from Zinchenko, man. I personally think us Arsenal fans, we need to understand some, players' form is like seasons. Sometimes when other players drop, other players are going to have to pick it up. And every week there's going to be different heroes and protagonists. Last season, Tomiyasu was decent, but there was a time Tomiyasu's form wasn't quite there, or Tomiyasu was making mistakes. And I do think Zinchenko's done relatively well defensively. Now, that being said, when it's really, really, truly mattered, even though he's done it in some big games, when it's really mattered, I expect a bit more. You're not alone, but I'll think back to the Fulham game. I think back to when you got hooked against Chelsea. I'd say, boy, that's crazy. And again, Zinchenko and Jorginho, they're two good players. But naturally, if you're Burnley, on the transition, that's an angle where you want to exploit Arsenal. And even against West Ham in the cup, it's not. We've all been there. Any fullback, they look at Zinchenko, unfortunately, defensively as a victim. They know that you're going to run in midfield. There's space there. They know you're not the most switched on defensively. They know a strength of yours isn't heading. You look at the first goal West Ham scored last week. Football moves fast. I swear it was a cup game last week where he lost to West Ham. Go and look how the corner was conceded. Gabriel absolutely bollocking Zinchenko for switching off. I've accepted. I actually think Zinchenko's got a big role to play for this club, and with his versatility, there's other things you can do. That being said, I always think back to Pep Guardiola. I can't remember when he said it, but it was in the aftermath of them winning the Champions League, and they were asking him things, and he always said, for years, I kind of felt I was compromising defensive aspects of the game. And with Akanji, with Stones, with Diaz, with Ake, and these players in the roles they were playing, especially the fullbacks, they're all strong 1v1. And where I look at that, if Zinchenko will work for us 9 times out of 10, but if we're in semi-finals and all these things and stuff, I'm not saying he won't play well. I'm looking towards the Tomiyasu's, the Timbers, and any player that's just about a bit stronger defensively than him. That being said, Zinchenko's got qualities in his role that other players that play there don't have. I think Tomiyasu is looking a lot more confident as an inverted fullback, and what I mean by that is, he's never gonna, he's great 1v1. He's never going to be the best in the team in the offensive sense in that role. Same, it's the bit of the reverse for Zinchenko, people. But I think he's looked a lot more confident in whatever Arteta's demanding of him. And with Tomiyasu, he's good in the air, so you're not going to target him. But I think both players have a role to play. But saying that, boy, there's sometimes I just need defenders to defend, Oh, funny enough, that lineup done. Ramsdale, I think you'll go Newcastle in the summer. But for now, you're here. James Trafford follows me on Twitter. Heard me though. I tried to get a video many years ago, people, when I was doing my player interviews. I tried to get one for you lot. See how the game's dirty. Never seen this right back called Vitinho. You sound Brazilian for Burnley. That just tells me your strengths might be going further forward. So maybe that's an area to watch. Martinelli, I need a goal today. Great assist for Bukayo Saka, but I think for you, especially because last season you got double figures in the league, if you could just take what you're doing now, this Brazilian Duracell battery, never give up attitude with the quality you've got, and just improve your end product a little bit, the sky's the limit, man. The sky's the limit. I know in a nice way, Martinelli's a bit scrappy, and you can a bit like Darwin Núñez in a sense, and they're a bit unorthodox in how they play football. Martinelli's a lot cleaner. But I think that has led some wider footballing fans to really forget how good Martinelli is. When we look at Arsenal, and I've asked you lot this before, smash the like button. Who do you lot feel who do you think has the highest ceiling, people, out of William Saliba, Martin Odegaard, Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka? I changed my mind on all of them. I think people sleep on what Odegaard can become. I actually think it could be Saliba, different role, but every now and again, at least where Arsenal are concerned in teams of this ilk, every few years, exaggeration, but every now and again you see generational talents. And for those that never saw the Tony Adams or the elite centre backs we had, Saliba for me can go beyond them, but has the closest thing to being of that than we've seen. Saka is just Saka in it, really. Like, the guy's just getting better and better every day. I always watching Saka in the academy days, you could see he was going to be someone that was going to play for this football club and be a great player. And I did think he would play for Arsenal and lock it down. For me, I always say it, and no matter what I've seen Saka do, I always think to the one Checo Trade trophies, playing for the under-21s. Obviously, you play men's side in that tournament, and I don't know, it's probably a good thing. I don't know the fullback's name. And maybe that's why Saka absolutely terrorized this guy, a grown man. And Saka's like 16, 17, writ off his career. If his hamstrings were intact after that game, he's really good. But I think it could be Saka. But then I also look at Martinelli. And the reason I say Martinelli, his hunger is different, man. People got to remember he had a lot of setbacks in his career to get to Arsenal. He trialed at Man United. He did, for whatever reason, not even throwing shade because we've missed a lot. He was trialing at Barcelona. For whatever reason, he left Corinthians, forgive me if I'm wrong. And you just see it with Martinelli, man. Since he signed for this football club, his mentality has been amazing. When it was in the Europa League, I've said it before, I really looked at Martinelli like, there's something not right in a good way about you. Do you remember when it could have even been Runnelson's debut, people, against City in the League Cup? The only two players I saw from the jump that actually looked like they weren't scared was Lacazette and Martinelli. And Martinelli these times is even younger than he is. He's geeing up the troops and stuff. That's when I was like, yeah, you Brazilian dons, it's a different kind of hunger, really. I think that hunger, I think it's Cristiano Ronaldo-esque. Again, I'm not comparing him to Ronaldo. Do I think he's going to reach the heights of Cristiano Ronaldo? Of course not. But that hunger, that want to go from just being a good player to really fulfilling your potential. And I don't think we'll see it anytime soon, but I do think there'll be a day where Martinelli can play and really thrive on a consistent basis as a striker. Now, I do think we'd have to wait on him a bit physically. I do think, you know, with experience, a bit of the naiveties in Martinelli's game would have to be eradicated to play in that role. But it's looking decent, really. It really is. What players have I missed out? That's the back four. That's the two in midfield. Let's get you here. I just want 3 points, people. I don't know about you lot. You know, I always say, let's get the result first and then dissect the performance. But in an ideal world, I want loads of goals. I want a clean sheet. I don't know if I should stick to my guns, people, of my initial prediction of 2-0, because I do think we have the capacity to concede. And I do think, even though I've criticised our chance creation and I've said it could be better, it needs to be better, I'm not going to sit here and cap. I think we could light these guys up today, really. Every now and again, you know, what was it? Bournemouth, Sheffield United, obviously, PSV. Pardon me, we've shown that we can move to teams. And every now and again, I don't know what it is. It's going back to the Martinelli thing, but it's like he remembers he's Brazilian, man. Like every now and again, I look at Spurs away where he's doing that back control, and again, I don't know what he put in his Weetabix or in his dinner, but he was just intent on embarrassing that Sevilla fullback. It's that sort of thing I like from Martinelli. Like Martinelli must be, you know, I wouldn't want to play against someone like Martinelli in Sunday League. There's nothing worse as a fullback playing against someone that wants to take you on again and again. And Martinelli's one's a bit different in that there's some guys that just want to embarrass you, like Doku. He just wants to absolutely terrorize you. Martinelli's doing it with a smile on his face. There's no illness. There's no intent. You don't like playing against stuff like that. Going off topic, but I wouldn't even want to play against Rashford in Sunday League or someone like that, purely because you probably win the battle defensively against him. You win the battles, but you won't win the war because you, as a fullback, if it gets put into the space behind you, Rashford's an athlete, isn't it? So yeah, it is what it is. I think that's the lineup done. Let's remove the Champions League logo because it's the Premier League. Let's slap that one there. Again, people, where are we watching this? Unfortunately, us in the United Kingdom have to watch this on the stream. I'm getting one of them fire sticks. It's enough. Enough's enough now, man. Dale, if you're listening, I know you're back from Jamaica now. You sold me dreams. You said when you're back from holiday, you're going to pattern it up for me. Where are you, fella? Oh, that is not what I was trying to find. Where is it? Is that it? I've saved this as some next thing. That is a thumbnail. Apologies, folks. Technical difficulties. Let's call it techie. Look at that. Again, predictions, talking points, all of that stuff. Get them in, people, and appreciate you lot for tuning in currently. What the hell? That's why. Sorry, folks. In the wrong folder. Where is it? There we go. 16 minutes until kickoff, people. So there, you should see the lineups to the left and right of me. I'm back here with you lot now. Let's carry on doing what we're doing. If you haven't hit the like button, can we get to 100 before the end of the game? What else have you lot said, man? Let me go all the way back, man. Arsenal scouts went to see Sociedad Zubamendi against Benfica. I think he's a player. Like, obviously, the last time we was linked with Zubamendi, did they not sit there and go, oh, you know, he doesn't want to leave mid-season? Your team has just qualified for the next round of the Champions League. Can't see that happening. But Mikel Arteta, let's put the sweeteners and the feelers out to get that done in the summer. Sarabia, so it must have been a techie Spanish finish. I will do that. Arsenal 3, Burnley 1. We have done poor against Burnley with Arteta. I think we concede. I like Eddie. I still feel we could do way better. Trevor, there you have it there. Like, I like Eddie. I just feel we could do a lot better. You know, if Eddie wants to be part of the squad, there'll be a couple of games. You're the Avengers in Jobu. And I think he is improving. And I do like Eddie, really and truly. But if we could get a next strike and Jesus is in the role indirectly where Eddie is in your number 1/number 2, I think we're doing all right. I like Eddie, but I think he has hit his ceiling. Unless he dramatically becomes a bagsman, I would say he's hit his ceiling in terms of, you know, if he could get a role of even more importance at Arsenal. But I wouldn't say he's hit his ceiling in terms of what the player could be, man. I think he's got an element of surprising people. I'd go for Douglas, Luiz, Neto, and Tony. But Khalid, I'm not being funny, but it wouldn't be as much as we spent in the summer, but you're kind of touching them fees for those players. If Chelsea are after a striker in Jam, we can forget about it until the end of the season. We ain't got the bread to be moving the way they do. Amen. That's why we need a higher success rate. Daniel, shout to yourself also. James, Silva is more technically sound. Obviously, yeah, of course. Like Bernardo Silva there's nothing Fabio Vieira can do that Bernardo Silva can't really, can't. But in terms of stature, physicality, Bernardo Silva isn't the strongest of lad, but he doesn't just get put where he is. But he just doesn't get pushed off the ball. And why is he able to do that? And Fabio Vieira can't. Like, you must be benching around the same way. Havertz goal/assist this game. First time I've called. I can see it. I hope we can. Fabio Vieira is not a starter. Purple patch kind of guy. Wolves got a second. Yeah. No. Let me see. I don't believe it. This match of the day is going to be beautiful, especially if we win. God, please. And before anything, apologies, people. Please make sure you're smashing the like button. Again, I know you're not going to pick up Dale, but I know you're listening. Swear down, Wolves lost that. This is crazy. Yes. You thought because you scored in the 3rd minute. Come on, don't be a pussycat. We really should be doing this after the game. They really did it. I'm here for this. Crumbling. Angie hype. Manager curse is back. See, he's not answering. The manager curse is back, man. I love it. But you know what, people? Let's cool off on the Spurs laughter because we need to confirm what we need to confirm. I really want to watch match of the day tonight. Fabio's still young and needs a little more time for Arteta to technically understand aspects of the game he wants to play. Yeah, I'm not expecting Fabio to be the finished article. I like Fabio. You can be part of the squad. But I'm just saying, until you show more consistency or, you're having more of a footprint in games, then this is kind of the role you'll find yourself in. And I think he's done a lot better at this point than he was last season. You've got to remember, he signed for Arsenal with an injury. You have to give him tax to learn what Arteta wants of him individually and collectively. He's adapting to the league, let alone the country. Obviously, I do think we're not privy to it, but I think a lot of people underestimate the mental aspects of football. Like, I mean, yeah, in sense of, obviously he's got his girl pregnant and stuff and he's got a young family, but, if your wife, for example, girlfriend's not happy in the country, you might not be happy, or God forbid, there's stuff going on in your family life. There's a lot of reasons sometimes as to why players don't necessarily hit off. You look at Eddie, he revealed, unfortunately, that his auntie died. Tomiyasu came out a few weeks ago and said last season he lost his mum. I think there could have been a correlation around the times he was giving interviews saying he lost his confidence and his form took a dip, really. But people don't really look at footballers like they're human. Again, people, in terms of streams, point me in the right direction for websites, people. I'm getting a bit of cold feet. We've got 11 minutes until kickoff. Big up GT if this works, because somebody's replied to one of my tweets. Okay, we'll leave this link, but I don't want to share this one yet, people. I don't know if it's sharing. What do I normally go on? You know what? We do this so frequent. I don't know why I don't remember the websites. I know they stream to watch. Yeah, Footy Bites or something like that. These names are crazy. There's VIP League or VIP League. What's this? Okay, chill with that one for a sec. See what happens there. We got Wolves, man, but we can't laugh yet. Declan needs support in midfield. It feels like he plays 2 positions in one time. Bit harsh on Jorginho, but I can see why you'd say that. I really would like another 6 or someone else, because there's going to be games like what you're seeing where Declan Rice, Arteta is going to have to ask you to play as a 6. But in terms of this new look, Declan Rice becoming this number 8, I've said before, personally, I think we'll really see him flourish in that role next season properly when he's had a role under Mikel Arteta. Because, you got to remember, he's still learning. And, we were all amazed by what he came out with. We all thought it was PR, and it might be to a degree. But when he said, I thought I knew about football and the role until Mikel Arteta showed me stuff. I'm not comparing him to Pep, but I always say Pep, to describe Pep, it's like he gets footballers like in their 20s or whatever. You've been told your whole life is a certain sort of way. And Pep walks you through the door and he says, what do you know about football? You tell him everything you thought you knew is a lie. I think that same rhetoric with Declan Rice, how he looks at that role. So you're going to have to give him a year in this apprenticeship, really. And obviously, it's not really being helped. In certain games, you can still run it. But if Partey was fit, obviously, Declan Rice flies forward. And I feel sorry for Declan because regardless of where he plays, how much better would he play when we nail down that partnership, whoever it is going to be? Trossard deserves to start. He was class against Sevilla. Trossard's making me eat my words. Some of you know how I feel about Trossard. Some of you hate on me. I do think he's overrated within the Arsenal fan base, and I've said it before. I think the man's a quality player, but we move like he's with Saka and Martinelli and them, man. It's nothing to do with himself. I do always say if we could have 12 players, I wish Trossard could play a lot more. He deserves more starts. I still maintain that on the balance of things, Trossard in his Arsenal career right now, his more standout moments have impacted the game off the bench. He's done well with starting. I could be wrong, but I'm sure he started against PSV. I'm sure he definitely started against Sevilla, and he's done quite well. So hopefully he can do that, man. What a player he is. I do wonder how long Trossard will be here, in the same way I wonder with Reece Nelson, because could it be them two one day that are kind of phased out, really, especially if some young players come through the pathway. But on that, big up Ethan and big up Miles, because I don't know if you lot watched it, but England's under-17s won 10-0 people against New Caledonia or New Catalonia or something. Forgive me for a mispronunciation, but they slaughtered them. Ethan came on, got a goal and an assist. 2 very good actions from him. Miles won a penalty, and I could be wrong, but I'm sure you got an assist. You're gonna have to forgive me, people. There's about 10 goals. If you're from Iran as well, your country's under-17s did you lot well. They came back against Brazil. Now, when I turned it off, it was 3-2 to them. So I don't know if it held on. I know we're playing Burnley, but why are we starting with 10 men again? Harsh. Playing at home, we should roll them over 6-0. I hope so, man. I hope so. I don't quite think we'll slaughter them like that, but I hope so, my guy. I hope so, man. It'd be nice. Man, it could be the Black Zinchenko. I like to switch off defensively like him as well. Wolves did the business. We got Wolverhampton, man. Cole Palmer is only the youngster I've seen at the top 6 clubs besides some City players that has really impressed me. Cole Palmer's a bad boy footballer. To be fair, I don't know what he's got to do, but he's looking like you could get in the England squad. Quality footballer, man. And it just shows, you know, City, it's difficult getting game time over there. Really. Goodbye from Chelsea. DG meant to ask, do you see development with Havertz? I've been hopeful since signing, starting to doubt. I see steps in the right direction, but I don't think there's steps like of the velocity I would like to see. I think, you know, as I've said before, I think Havertz has took a turn in the right direction. But for me, anyways, the bar's kind of on the floor, and the things I'm even praising you for should be there. Like, I'm praising you for putting in a shift in midfield. That's a very dangerous territory. You know, I'm not going to rule him out a few months into his Arsenal career. I hope that this is just a dark cloud in a shiny 4 or 5 year term at Arsenal. But you can play a number of roles. What are you a master at? And, you know, as I've said before, I'd ask you lot, what is Kai Havertz's best position for you lot? Some of you are probably going to say striker. Some of you are probably going to say, oh, the Leipzig days, right centre mid. Some of you might say that left 8 for Arsenal. Whatever you lot say, cool, we can play all of them. But what is he a master at? And when we break it down, in any of these roles that you lot have said that's his best, is he the best in the Arsenal team at that? For the money we brought, for the level of expectation, beyond the point, because we saw what he's doing at Chelsea, for his experience, is he one of the best in the Arsenal team at that? Where does he match up in the league? So I'm prepared to give anyone the amount of time in the world, but that's you individually. Collectively, Arsenal need to get 3 points and give a great account of ourselves in the Champions League, in the Premier League, and so on and so forth. We don't really have time for passengers. We don't really have time for people's handheld. And I think the club are doing all they can to give you confidence. I think Mikel Arteta is. I think the players are. But I think Havertz now has to decide, really and truly. You know, I think the last 3 games from him, as I said, the bar's on the floor. I think he's done all right. I think he did okay against West Ham in it. I think he was one of the better players against Newcastle. I think everybody did well midweek in the Champions League. Of course, you know, for me, it's still a game where I would have loved to have been waffling about Kai Havertz in the vein we were about Martinelli, Trossard, Saka, even Declan Rice, and even Saliba. And really and truly, what did Saliba have to do defensively in that game? I want to kind of see that said about Kai Havertz. I think midweek, it was a high 6. I'm not buying him. I think it was a high 6, but I think the other players, you know, the other midfielders and attackers, they were all 7s, minimum 8s, 9s, 10s. So I kind of want to see that. As I said, I'm looking at Havertz harshly because you are Premier League proven. You do play for your country. You have won the Champions League. You have played a lot of games in Europe, in the Europe and in the league. And as I've said, I look at you in the same way I look at Zinchenko, Jesus, Declan Rice, Odegaard, guys that are young but they're meant to be leaders really and truly in the dressing room from the moment of walking in. Big up yourself. Big up big Angie Baby as well. 5 minutes until kickoff, folks. It's dangerous when I'm feeling confident, but I'm sensing a 4-0, maybe even 5. But now I said that we're going to lose 2-1. Us Arsenal fans have been damaged for years, innit? I don't know, man, because I don't know. In truth, I don't know what to expect with Burnley. I'm expecting them to respect us a bit in certain elements. But company has shown me you're not somebody, rightly or wrongly, that's just going to sit back and take punches. Your team are going to try and trouble us. Obviously, the season's gone on, and it's at home, it's not away. But I remember a difficult game with City I think City played Burnley first game of the season, right? I could be wrong, but that was difficult. If we mess about, they will exploit us. If we do what needs to be done and what we've done on some occasions, if we have the mentality that we had in the second half against Chelsea, not the first 45 minutes, the same mentality against City, the same mentality in, PSV at home and Sevilla at home and indirectly Sevilla away, and actually how to manage the game when we went down to 10 men against Crystal Palace, we've got nothing to fear. But as I said, I would say, and also for Arsenal to get to the next level, when we smell blood, let's start killing people, man. Like, respectfully, if I'm completely honest with you, because I know we battered Sheffield United, but we should have put them to bed in the first half. Maybe I'm being harsh. Am I being any harsher than this league could be to us people? So if we smell blood, take it, man. I'm sure companies been telling these boys all week what he wants them to do, what he demands of them, yada, yada, yada. Mikel Arteta the same, but football is a weird game. If you go score if you go and put the game to bed in the first 10, 15 minutes, game plans out the window. They should be in the dressing room thinking, yeah, we're fighting for our lives. Let's just give a good account of ourselves, of us boys. We'll focus on rebuilding our season next game. They shouldn't be looking at this game with any optimism. The Emirates is starting to rock. It is becoming a difficult ground, but I kind of want it to be like how Highbury was when we was winning stuff, and a bit like how Old Trafford used to be, and Chelsea under Jose, and never with Spurs, teams that really did it. Liverpool with Anfield and stuff like that. That games are won or lost before we've even tuned in to watch it on our TVs or got to the ground, if you're going to such. Burnley have lost to Chelsea, Bournemouth, Brentford, Palace, and are in the relegation zone. We have to win this. Simple as. Don't let this be a game where they're like, yeah, let's turn our season around. Ramsdale should push for United or Chelsea if he wants to play for England. Newcastle have Pope already. Yeah, but you say that, and I don't think you're wrong. Man United's a big club, as is Chelsea. But Chelsea, you got Sanchez. Onana's just been signed. And as booky as I think Onana is, you get a half decent defense in front of him. I don't think he's always been the problem. Out of them two, surely you back yourself against Pope, especially in the modern day. I like Pope. I just think he's better than you. I know Southgate's tried to throw the gauntlet kind of down in midweek and say, oh, you know what? If you're not playing 6 months in, maybe you're going to have to do something. So Ramsdale might get itchy feet and try to press for a move in January. Arteta, I really need you to say to Ramsdale, I hear that. Anything you want to do, I don't care. If you want to leave in the summer, leave in the summer. You'll get in the Euro squad. If you don't, tough luck. We need you. Because forgive me if I'm wrong, we ain't played Brentford twice. Raya's technically on loan. You can't play against Brentford. And God forbid, if Raya gets injured, what are we doing? I'd imagine when we start to look at the summer, if Ramsdale gets his place back or he stays, great. But it looks like he's heading out. So naturally, you'd imagine we're starting to put together targets and have conversations a minute until kickoff, people, about the strikers, the wingers, addressing centre mid, maybe a big ticket item in the summer again, in the same ilk, indirectly like Declan Rice. Obviously, we're going to have to sign a goalie if Ramsdale goes, because big up Kyle Hine, you're not 30. Big up Arthur Okonkwo, you're not 30. You lot can do the third choice thing. We need it. It's difficult to find good second choices. If we could find our very own Ortega, even though apparently he wanted to leave City, we could be all right. And I think that's what Arteta might go. I don't know who he'd suggest, but maybe we let Ramsdale go, someone that could bring some money into the club. Next summer, for example, if I just had to predict, Partey shaving his wages off the wage bill, Smith Rowe could be gone, Eddie and Nelson, it's in the balance, Ramsdale gone. Maybe they say, you know what, Ramsdale, you can get us a 50 million if we find a La Liga goalie for about 10, 50 million quid. And I say La Liga, what I mean by that is, the Sanchez's, the Rayas, these guys that want to play with their feet, Ortega is, even though he's not La Liga, but the more continental goalies for a cut price, and he's kind of happy to be number 2, I think we'll keep it moving. Kickoff is imminent, folks. Again, predictions, all those things, smash the like button. Ramsdale loan to Bayern Munich. Not in Jan. No one's allowed to leave in Jan if it's up to me. Obviously, Partey being injured, there's a spanner in the works, but yeah. Jackson sinking, Spurs keep it going. Big up Wolves for winning, people. Zinni, not so much a defender, he's more of a midfield player. I hear that. That is a classic shirt you got there, DG Prime, Rocky and Righty. Big up Ian Wright and RIP Rocky. I thought, you know what? Do you know what? Normally this is a good luck t-shirt for me, so I thought, let's run it. I like Tommy and Rice on the left cleaning up while Martinelli gets to cook. I want to see cooking today, man. I want to see cooking today. Your issue is for every Bukayo Saka, you have Rodrigo, Dembele around the same level. Whereas with Saliba, if he gets close to his ceiling, I think it would be very rare to see another defender at half that level. That's true. Fair enough. Nah, Saka surprised me. I don't know. The good thing is you don't know the ceiling for all of them. And to be fair, if Jesus could start scoring goals, I think you got several levels. I'm not saying Fabio Vieira is in these lots' realm, but if you start showing what I need to see on top of what you got, I think you could get into the Portuguese squad. Really, I don't think Gabriel, the centre half, has as much potential as Saliba, but I think Gabriel, in the wider footballing community, for all his faults, I think he's quite underrated. I think he's got potential to be one of the best defenders. I'm not here for top 5 and top 10, one of the best defenders in the game as well. Really. I think Ramsdale's ceiling can get higher, but there's a lot of things that have to happen. I can't lie, this feels like one of those your defense is in trouble type games. I hope so. Eddie is young, still has time, and strikers typically peak around 27, 28. Unfortunately, though, with what we're trying to do as a football club, we don't have that time necessarily to wait. Oh, yeah, I can't believe it. To be fair, Chelsea looking for a striker might not matter if we go for Tony. They appreciate Tony a lot, but he doesn't fit the profile they've been looking for because he's 28. But maybe that's with Arsenal, really. I don't know how old Osimhen actually is, but you look at someone like Vlahovic that Arteta wanted. He's what, 23, 24, 25. You got a couple. You got more longevity kind of there. Nice one, Wolves. Beautiful timing, heartbreaking. Football's the craziest game, you know. What do you mean? Honestly, DG, that first Wolves goal is beautiful. Let's do this. Let's do this. Curious how well Tommy can support the new right side attacking duo of Kai and Bukayo Saka. It is a bit of a new, well, it is a new look. You know what? That's a good point, really. You know, I didn't actually deep it. Big up you, because that's something we could try and focus on. You lot, some of you always say, you know what? Kai Havertz, Leverkusen days, he was playing on the right hand side. Tomiyasu and Benjamin White. Benjamin White and Saka has been the pairing. It's a good point, really. And football is also about partnerships and relationships. On paper, it's more than enough to do everything out there. And, you know, it doesn't matter who should be playing. The identity of what we try to do should be there. But that's a good point. Very good point. No Benjamin White, no Bukayo. Well, not sorry, Saka is here, but no Benjamin White, no Partey, no Jesus, no Timber. More players than I could probably count, people. Kickoff is imminent, people. Burnley will kick off first. Smash the like button if you haven't. And there we have it, people. Arsenal against Burnley. Hopefully it's a decent game. It's not an Arsenal game if Raya doesn't go long and he's done such. Go on, Declan Rice. Misses his header, unfortunate. Scrappy from Burnley there. Sorry, man said Raya. I'm looking at the wrong way. That was Trafford. Apologies. That tells you everything. To be fair to Fabio, he's never had a run of games to prove himself. You earn it, though. I hear you. You know, you look at Havertz. Obviously, we know the Havertz was a big ticket signing, so that's why he plays. But you have to earn it, essentially. You know, it was harsh for Eddie. To be fair to Eddie and Nketiah, whatever people think about him, it is when he was getting little man minutes, a little 10-minute here, one right rare start here, it is almost impossible to ultimately show your quality and get that fluidity. But maybe because of circumstances with injuries and how he performed, he's earned that right to get a run in the squad. We've got William Saliba in possession, people. What a player, man. Real star boys. Tomiyasu, man on Kai Havertz. As one of you said, you know, that right-hand trio is something we're going to have to look at. David Raya's gone back to Tomiyasu punches it into the channels. Bit poor from Tomiyasu, and it's here with Burnley. It looks like a dogfight early doors, to be fair. To be fair, early doors, people, you can actually see how Burnley are trying to approach this game. Naturally, they're quite rigid defensively. They're trying to press high and be fairly intensive in that regard. Oh, is it frozen already? That is great stuff. We're off to a fantastic start. Spliffed already. Oh, stream died already, people. Amazing stuff. Oh, we're back. Oh. Hey, mute the tab. We're back now, people. But yeah, Zinchenko is in possession. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. And what I haven't done, I need to make my notes. Because how are we going to react to this game? Tomiyasu. To be fair, Company's boys have probably been focusing all week on how to be narrow. You know, Burnley, compact, narrow, limiting space. I mean, it's another game at the Emirates where we have to be patient. And as I always said, if the chance does permit, it'd be lovely to get an early goal because the game plan goes out the window. Look at Martinelli on the left-hand side. Tommy, you could ping that. Doesn't ping it. Saliba. Jorginho. As you can see, Declan Rice playing as an 8 today. Tomiyasu, get your body there, Saka. Saka's had to drop very deep. He's going to have to do that on a number of occasions. Skips out Tomiyasu and gives it to Saliba. Saliba, probably the calmest man in that Arsenal team. Really? Again? Okay, we're back. No, we're not. Really? Can't catch a break, man. I hate these things, man. This is jarring. Big up you lot, people. It's frozen again. on VIP League. Everton are winning 1-0. We got you lot for tuning in, folks. And you know what? I don't trust you, so I'm going to still find another link. Zinchenko to Saliba. Here we go. I don't trust you. Fool me once, shame on me. The things we do for this football club, eh? Oh, we're back. You beauty. And if you need a link, people, here you go. Again, what have you lot made of the game so far? Again, Saka fighting. He's in the trenches. Comes with the territory, man. It almost, do you know what? It's like Arteta is his second father, and he's one of them dads, like, it's just tough love. Like, do you know how many times I see Saka get kicked? Arteta just there, like, big up Arteta. Obviously, he's got his best interest in heart. Martinelli to Zinchenko. Zinchenko gets it to Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu to Saka. What can Saka do? Hasn't got too many options. Has Kai Havertz, finds him. Havertz at least get us a corner. He's onside, ref. Havertz has got us a corner, but it was a bit of a nonchalant approach, if I'm honest. Do you think Man United could bounce back, bro? This season or in general as a football club? Man United will always be a big club. If they get their act together, of course they can. At the end of the day, regardless to this season, they're going to have to get it back together, because the one shining light is that you're rubbing out in November. You can get your act together, but between injuries and the stuff Ten Hag is doing, it looks like it's a madness, if I'm completely honest. Saka will take this corner for us. Havertz will probably end up as a box-to-box player. He lacks composure to play as a forward. He really does. You know, him and Jesus. Jesus can obviously finish better, but if I was them two, you two, let's get Ian Wright or Omri or something. Extra hour a day. Pay them as well. You lot stay, do some finishing duties. Because I say for Havertz, more than anything, composure is one thing and you need that, but it's like you need to just get some confidence in front of goal. 100 likes, people. Can we keep it going? One love. Sterling cooked this for Tayo guy. Martinelli should have no problems by God's grace. Burnley have gone long again. Saliba tight to his man. He did foul him. He just letting him know he's here. Ref has said play on. Did it hit Trossard's hand? Ref, you can't do that. You played advantage and we've won it back and you've pulled it back. To be honest, that's a very important foul and a good foul for Rodriguez of Burnley to win, and they're going to need him to do that on occasion. Burnley are so far, they're going long and looking to win the first and second balls inside this first initial 10 minutes. Well, 7 minutes essentially. And they have this free kick whenever the ref deems they can take it. Appreciate you, Francis. Now, Jesus with elite scoring in an R9 region. I stand by that. It's just the thing with Jesus. I don't have anything to prove it, but it just feels like strikers are born to score goals. And Jesus is a good player, but I don't know if you're born to score goals. The ball's in Raya's hands. And at this point, you know, when will you become a decent finisher? Raya's tried to find Martinelli. It's good defending from Burnley, and it was a good attempt by Raya. Martinelli will lead the press, but who's doing it with him? Havertz, where are you? Martinelli saying, you know what, I'll do Havertz's job as well. This guy, the Brazilian Duracell battery, man, this guy does not know how good he is. Kai Havertz will lead the press along with Trossard. Trossard, I know you got a goal for me today. Good quality, but normally needs to refresh like every 25 minutes. Sasha, can you drop that link again? Because I can't find where you've dropped. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I can't forget about it because I had to go on YouTube, my YouTube creator tab to see the link. I can't see it via StreamYard. Yeah, that looks all right. Oh, Raya's had to make it say, boys, Spurs have lost today. Let's switch on. Raya, big him up. Come on, boys, switch on. Switch on. That's too easy. Charlie Taylor of Burnley has played the pass inside. The ball's just trailed in midfield. And my man, whoever this is just, we've invited him to shoot. He has shot. Low quality effort. And you'd expect Raya to make that save. But nonetheless, Raya's had to make the save. I can't lie. I just want Martinelli and Saka to be more direct in 1v1 situations. Yeah, but for that, in my opinion, we need to, I agree with you, but we need to get them higher up the field, bro, man. Honestly, they need to be higher up the field. You could be as direct as you want when teams got 2 banks of 4. Anyways, Burnley have a corner here, people. Come on, boys. Let's be switched on. In swinging corner. Headed out by Gabriel. Martinelli will give chase. Good defending once again by Burnley. It's been recycled here with their goalie. Sanchez is rubbed. He is. But if Ramsdale thinks he can nick his spot, great. Do it. Go and do it. But you'd imagine you're going to be in that same situation. And Chelsea, well, only a few years ago, they were running 2 goalies, really. You know, what's that black guy's name? Mendy and Kepa were doing it. Big up, DG. Thank you for always being here. Would you please create a content with George from Different Knock? He's got great football knowledge. I'll ask Thingy and get that done, man. Why not big him up? What the people want, I'll attempt, man. Havertz being shoehorned at midfield because he tracks back and gets stuck in, but he should be playing striker. It's here with Bukayo Saka. Drive, lad. Drive, lad. Gets past Taylor. Come on, delivery, delivery. He's earned the corner, but Saka, right? You got a right foot, man. Starboy settings. Absolute Starboy settings. What have we made of the game so far, folks? Big up Desmond. Where's your comment? Here we go, indeed, lad. Let's do this, Trevor. In swinging corner with Bukayo Saka. Hopefully, we can make a meal of this and make something happen. Obviously, Burnley, we've improved the physicality in our team, but they have a height advantage. We do have Gabriel, Saliba, Havertz, Declan Rice, and Tomiyasu to aim for, or better yet, Saka. Come on, Saka. Decent delivery. We played it across the ground, Saka. I don't know what that was, but they read it. Goal kick. Meaty. That was Meaty. Not a clue, mate. I don't know. I think Henry should just do the mentor thing. He can't get it right as a coach. He thinks players can do what he can't. Probably. Maybe that's why he's doing it on the 21s. What on earth is going on? Everton versus Palace, 2 goals in 5 minutes. Sounds like a crazy game. I want a boring game for us, man. I just want us to win. It don't look like Arteta's happy. Early doors. He's getting mad. Saliba, oh, he's gone back to Gabriel. Raya once goes back to his centre-half colleague. Saliba goes back to Raya. Raya. It's got Gabriel, got Jorginho in the middle, finds Gabriel. Declan Rice once. Oh, there's a man on Declan Rice. Gabriel does well to find Zinchenko. Don't lose it, Zinni. Finds the on-running Declan Rice. This is a good passage of play. Rice to Martinelli. Let's make something happen, boys. Martinelli. Oh, it's a bit of a stray pass. Good reading of the game by Taylor. Pull it in between Tomiyasu and Saka. It will be a throw-in. Saliba. Gabriel. Wait, we're going to have to be patient, man. So far, again, Burnley off the ball, not being broken down. Off the ball early doors. I wouldn't say we need to throw the kitchen sink, but yeah, man. Tomiyasu. Jorginho begging Tomiyasu to play it to Kai Havertz. Jorginho actually not really that happy. Saliba to Zinchenko. Bit of a hospital pass. Zinchenko's been bullied off that. But I like the intent from Saliba there. Just tried to punch it into midfield. But that's, again, good from Burnley. About 3 players were onto Zinchenko there. Like BC and Honey. Come on, boys. Don't let them out. Martinelli jump. Good play. Burnley trying to play out of their own half. They haven't got anywhere. It's here with Jorginho. Jorginho to Tomiyasu. Not too many options for the man in possession to play it forward. Gabriel. Jorginho, could you show for the ball a bit more? You've got the quality to do such. Zinchenko, Martinelli. Good defending by Burnley. As the ball gone out, ref says no. And they play on. That's ours, ref. It's Burnley's, and that gets them further up the field. So far, so good from Burnley, to be fair with you. Burnley in possession. And I think we miss Odegaard, man. Like, I know he hasn't been in best form since the last international break, but it's games like this, I like to see the class region, man, because you know we can make something happen with the greatest of respect to Havertz. Saka, don't let them out. No foul, ref. Burnley in possession. Rodriguez for them doing a lot of dirty work, and here he is again. This is good play from Burnley. Just as I said that, Tomiyasu says, forget all that. Ref handball. Ref has said, play on, play to the whistle, boys. Raw, Arteta wants to start playing again. He's doing up ball boy duties. Jorginho takes the throw in and says, Saliba, have it. Can we play with a tiny bit more intention and invention? 64% of the ball to Burnley's 36 so far, people. Can't read too much into that, but it's something we probably expected. William Saliba. Where's his options? It's almost like a 4-4-2 from Burnley, like a very compact 4-4-2 at times. Had to go long as that worked. He's found Trossard, bit of quality. He's on his own. Where's his options? Trossard does well to shield the ball. Has Martinelli, doesn't find him. Finds Rice. Rice plays it first time. Oh, don't do this. Martinelli. We got to do better there. We got to do better there. Is that a corner? I can't lie. I think it's a goal kick. It is a goal kick. Come on, Trossard. First real time we've got Trossard involved in the game. And he's looked threatening. It's a great ball from Big Gabriel. It's a great run from Trossard as well. Trossard's done well to hold the ball up there, shield it, get his head up. He's seen Martinelli on the overlap. He's played Rice. Oh, I don't think that's offside, you know. I don't think Martinelli's offside. If I'm honest with you, I don't think he's offside. Anyway, plays continue. Tomiyasu's nicked it. Has Saka to his right. Tommy, I think that pass needs to be better. Saka has possession. But again, Burnley doing a very good job getting back in possession and limiting the forward passes we could play. It looks like, of course, I don't hope it gets to that point, but it's one of them games. We do need to play a bit more crisper and sharper and maybe throw a bit more punches. But also it feels like we might have to be a bit more patient. Can Burnley do this for 60 minutes? Naturally, there's going to get tired legs. Tomiyasu, Martinelli and Akers a space. Tommy, man, I think you got the ability to switch play. Tomiyasu, has he found Saka? Way too much on that. Tried to play it in behind for Saka. It did not bang. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you're doing such, people. Odegaard's got an injury, my friend. Hopefully he's back after the international break. I miss seeing Odegaard, Jesus, Tom's Partey, Benjamin White. Shout out the players that have come in. But yeah, you want to see everyone fit. So far, Burnley giving as good as they get, and they're trying to mount an attack down this right-hand side. Declan Rice and Gabriel have put a stop to that. Jorginho. Where's the options, boys? It's too slow. If we could get a goal, that would be the best thing because their game plan's out the window. Ultimately, they can't keep playing like this at a goal down. And I'm not even saying Burnley are being negative. They're doing what needs to be done. Jorginho. Looks like Saliba wants to be more adventurous. He's found Tomiyasu. What can Tommy do? Not really options again for him. Has to go back to William Saliba. He's more or less playing like a fullback at the moment. Jorginho. Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, could you be a bit more wider? Do you have to be that narrow in that particular incident? I guess so if we get caught. Oh, Saliba's tried to find Declan Rice. It was a good idea, man. To be fair, they read it. Keeper was off his line. No foul, Jorginho. Don't foul him. Don't foul him. Has fouled him. Free kick, boys. Let's reset. Free kick to Burnley. I'm loving this watch-along. Gives you a good feel of the game. I appreciate that. Really do. Again, share up the streams, people. Help people out. Tomiyasu's got some defending to do. He's up against the Burnley left winger. Come on, Tommy, be strong. Yes. Shepherded it out. Goal kick. Less said on that, the better. Great play from our Japanese fullback. What a player Tomiyasu is, man. Love him at the club, man. Very good squad player. Very good rotation option. And you could argue on current form, he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Can play across the back four as well. Declan Rice in possession. Does well to find Zinchenko. Zinchenko. Use your right peg. Goes back to Gabriel. Right. Who's that? Saliba. I need my team to feed Jorginho a bit. Kai Havertz, straight pass from Tomiyasu, to be fair. It's a Burnley throw. What? That's a bit mad, ref. That's a bit mad. And we need to win. Company, I'm not being funny, but you're rocking up at the Emirates. You should be wearing a suit. This is one of the best grounds and best prestigious clubs in this league. We need to beat you. You ain't earned that rep to be doing that to us. That's one thing I'll give the Spurs manager. He knew he had to turn up to the Emirates in a suit. If your name's not Pep, if you're not Klopp, make sure you've got, gala sort of wear when you're coming in. Charlie Taylor. Still 0-0, folks. Big up yourself, Lone Star. Shout yourself, North London. Hey. Come on, boys, man. Can we be a bit more aggressive in how we're trying to win the ball back as well? Burnley are not really trying to cut us open. They're kind of going through the motions. And they've gone long here. Come on, Saliba. I know you're there somewhere. Tomiyasu slide fouled his man off the ball. Dog hearts. From such a guy like Tomiyasu. I like it. Throwing for us. Saliba's showing. Tomiyasu hasn't read it. That action is cut off. Company's head is too big for my screen, man. Why are you showing Company? Show me the game. Big up Arteta, but I want to see the game. What's going on with this camera angle, man? Thank you. Saka. Oi, hey, ref. Yellow card for Taylor early. What's that? It's not the most dangerous of tackles, but what's that? He's climbing on Saka. What is that, ref? I just want the fullbacks on yellow cards, man. Early doors. Zinchenko. Come on, lad. Who's Zinchenko found? He's found Tomiyasu. Come on, lads. Tomiyasu. Bukayo Saka. Martinelli again in acres of space. We need to find him, man. This ain't the first time I've said this during this watch-along. Zinchenko. Martinelli. Declan Rice has made an advance run. Martinelli, head up, please. Head up, head up. Don't run down the channel. Thank you. Plays it inside. Finds big Gabriel. Gabriel. Martinelli, keep the run. Stop sulking, man. Keep the run. I play him, Tommy. Thank you. Oh, Tommy, it's not good enough, is it? Nonetheless, it's found Martinelli. Martinelli, come on, attack him. Attack him. Aggression. Aggression. Plays it inside. Zinchenko first time. Ah, ref, it's come off there, man. It hasn't. Triangle head settings from Havertz. Havertz showed us midweek that his heading ain't the best. To be fair, maybe that's come off a Burnley man. Before I make extended comments, let's see. Martinelli's put the cross into the box. No, he hasn't. Apparently, Zinchenko. Apologies. Have we got a corner from that? To be fair, it looked like come off a Burnley man. Ref, is that corner? It has. We've taken it quickly. Zinchenko delivers. That's a decent one. Headed out by Burnley. Jorginho. Bukayo Saka. Be strong. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Thank you, Saka. Zinchenko. Still in this right-hand channel. Kai Havertz. Come on, Havertz. That flick's got to be better, man. The intention was good, but it's got to be better for Trossard there. Kai. Zinchenko. Kai once again. Zinni. All right, cool. He switched play. Who's that out there? Martinelli. Declan Rice again making that advanced run. Smith Rowe-esque. Martinelli delivers. Too much on it. Havertz keeps it alive, though. Saka attacked that. It's a pen if they X you. Zinchenko. Come on, boys. Zinchenko. Oh, I like the intention. Tommy. Oh, hey, Tommy. Remember your conservative fullback. Fortunately, his effort's been volleyed off a Burnley man, and then Saka has brought it down. Bukayo Saka. Looks like we're up in the ante here. Come on, don't let Burnley out. Yes, Saka. Oh, Saka went close. Oh! See what happens when you use your right peg. Unlucky. Is that a great? I think that's a save from Trafford of Burnley. This is what I need to see. 20 minutes in. Looks like we're starting to up it in a positive way. We're getting frustrated. Burnley have not cleared that in the right way. Saka must have watched my intro video. He's tried to clear it first time with his right peg. The keeper's done well. He's tipped it onto the bar. Oh, unlucky Sakadinho, man. 20 minutes in, still 0-0. We have a corner. And to be fair, from Trafford, really, you're playing week in, week out. I'm sure Southgate's got to be kept aware of what you're doing. But Bukayo Saka delivers to the back post. Gabriel, get your head on it. Unlucky. I'm asking too much of you. Company been packing you lot at the Emirates. He's comfy here. United fans still twerking for City. But hey, beating Wembley or beating City at Wembley or beating them at their place, at your place, isn't for everyone, eh? Love DG from Miami, hoping for a clean sheet today, going into the international break. Hey, man, big up Miami. Love to go there on holiday. I want a clean sheet, but I also need 3 points, man. I think that's the biggest priority at this moment in time, man. Let's just bag 3 points. Big save from Trafford. That's the biggest highlight of the thing so far. Kai makes it so hard every week to defend him. Big up yourself, Volcanic Clouds. We're knocking on the door. Great way of saying it. Yeah, we're starting to knock on doors. I want to kick the door, I want to boot the door down. Really. You've got something in your house that we want, and let's go and take it. And that's 3 points. But so far, it's 0-0. And I don't think we've done enough to warrant breaking them down. I think so far, so good. Naturally, the more Burnley obviously want 3 points. But the more it stays like this, they're more likely to accept a point, if I'm honest. Keep going, boys. Keep going, man. But this is where we need to just a bit more oomph to our play. Trafford. Good passage of play here from Burnley. Burnley are, to be fair, EK's not wrong. They are looking comfortable here. This is a good package of play. Sander Berge, some Arsenal fans wanted, has played it to the right-hand side. Burnley down this wide right. Zinchenko's let him inside. Too easy. Zinni, lovely from Trossard. I don't know what skill that was from Rice, but Saka's played it to Martinelli first time. Let's go. Martinelli, put the burners on. Martinelli with the outside his foot found Saka. This is good play. Saka, head up, please. Sakadinho. Nah, it's not a pen. It's not a pen. Saka, you're moving mad. You wanted too much. You're better than that. You wanted far too long. Need to do better, man. Come on. William Saliba in possession. We can do a lot better in them kind of moments, people. Saliba. Jorginho, need you conducting a bit more, man. Think you could do a lot more on the ball for us, man. If I'm completely honest with you, lot. He's found Tomiyasu. How's Tommy found himself here? Big up Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu goes back home to Jorginho. Trossard and Martinelli playing with urgency. Let's go. And I think we need to get them in the game a bit more, if I'm honest. Zinchenko, Declan Rice, Martinelli on this left-hand side. Can't lie, Martinelli, there's like 3 players next to you anytime you're in possession. Declan Rice has found Zinchenko. Zinchenko has said, forget about it, Jorginho, and found Trossard. Sorry, Trossard, Tomiyasu. Trossard's made a good run further forward, though. That's a ball from Saliba. Oh, Zinni. Have you got the ability to turn there? Tomiyasu. Zinni wants. Tomiyasu. Bit of a blind pass. Rodriguez fighting ref. Has the ref blown? Sorry, my bad. I thought the ref blew there. Again, we're starting to get a bit more aggressive since the 20-minute mark. Starting to up the intensity, man. Burnley are starting to drop more and more into their half. But that Saka effort, which as good as the effort was from Saka, the save was as good as well, people. That's the only significant thing. My dream is to go on holiday to London to see an Arsenal game. I hear that. I wouldn't big up London too much. Big up London, but yeah, you probably say the same about Miami. Zinchenko, Trossard, Havertz, come on. Saka wants, Saka gets. Hey, make that run, Havertz. Saka head up. Saka taking on his man. It's a bit booky, Saka. Zinchenko drops a shoulder. Zinchenko, great bit of skill there. Saka, Havertz. Oh, I thought it was there. It's been blocked. Oh, that was good play. That flick, that was good play from us. Getting closer and closer. Good tackle on Martinelli. Good little play from Zinchenko there. Found himself on the right-hand side. Martinelli keeps the ball in play. Martinelli has to go home. Close, man. Havertz should have passed there, to be honest. That Zinni's skill was immaculate. To be fair, Havertz probably should have passed. But I like the fact that you tried to take the shot, man. It shows me that you're getting a bit more confidence. Zinchenko. Hey, we need to give it to Trossard. He's in the pockets, man. But Trossard knows playing up front, he's going to have to be a bit humble and probably have to be a bit, you know, it's like all the kids got it's like Christmas and all the kids apart from you got presents and toys and stuff. Going to know he's not going to get too much of the ball beyond the point. He's done well here to give it to Martinelli. Trossard delivers. Someone make a meal of that. Kai Havertz, no chance. Saka keep it alive. Saka does. Pandem. Oh, is it? Oh, go, ref. I swear it went in. Shameless thing. Ref, check the watch. I swear that went in. I swear that went in. I swear that went in. The whole ball went in. The same way we got zanged against Newcastle, it could have. Check your watch. Newcastle, the man keeps saying Newcastle. Burnley's defenders looking nervous. The keeper and the defender, you know, no one taking responsibility there. Almost put it in the back of his own net. Almost put it in the back of his own net there. Trafford saves his teammate. Starting to look nervous in their area. We need to capitalize on that. Of course, the ball didn't go in. Of course, I'm shameless, man. I want anything. That's a foul by Saka, but Joe Linton was it? Wait. The ref gave a foul. Big up the Premier League and the consistency levels, man. Crazy. To be fair, Burnley not for the first time today. Played out from the back very well there. That is ridiculous. I can't believe he's giving a foul from Saka there. As I always say with VAR with some of you lot, the same incident could happen in 2 games. I mean, in a good way. Fortunately, it didn't go in the back of the net because that would be another talking point, and I'll probably catch an FA charge because he'd have to talk about it. The same incidents can happen across 2 games with 2 very different outcomes, man. I don't know, man. Man thought it was winning 6-0. If we get that first, then maybe the floodgates open, but boy, maybe Mr. Defence is in trouble, might have to save the day. Burnley, Sander Berge in possession here. Rodriguez, I think he's done a lot of dirty work so far for Burnley. If you haven't smashed the like button, make sure you're doing such. If you're on Twitch or Twitter, one love. It's here on the right-hand side with Burnley. Finally delivered. It's a good knock, actually. Raya, have you got that? Raya's got that in his hands. Sometimes refs on VAR, sometimes are a little more strict and sometimes a bit too behind. Not going to lie. Sometimes they draw the lines and sometimes they don't. They just gave Burnley food for less. A foul, I think you mean, for less than what Joe Linton done. Inconsistencies, man. It is what it is. Trossard. Ref. Oh, yellow card early doors. Ref, and he's kicked the ball. What's that? I think Arsenal got this as a win, hopefully. I think we all hope. Zinchenko, Jorginho. You don't have it in your locker. Can you give me a bit more? Can you give me a bit more in that regard? I hope so. Tomiyasu, who has he found here? He's found Zinchenko. Zinchenko's gone to Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli down this left. Look fairly positive, to be fair with you. Zinchenko plays it inside. What can Zinni make happen for us? Declan Rice has to go backwards. They've done a great job of that, actually, Burnley, forcing us backwards, if I'm completely honest. Saliba, Tomiyasu. Jorginho wants. It's too late. Finally, Tommy, you know you got that in your locker. You're too humble. Pings it with his left peg to the left-hand channel. Martinelli delivers. Who's in there? Havertz. Come on. Declan Rice, be strong. Too strong. Maybe he could have won a foul. Ref says no handball. Havertz, do something wavy. Please. Keeps possession. Tommy, Saka wants. Tommy, please. Finds Trossard. Trossard looking to get the shot away. Burnley man has slipped. Trossard delivers. Is it still alive? Is it still in, ref? Come on, man. Good play there. Surely a corner kick. Come on, boys. I smell it. It's coming. It's coming. Let's go. What have you lot made of the game so far, man? What's good, my guy? Hope you're doing well and safe. Any thoughts on Odegaard? I wonder why there's not been a statement from Arsenal. To be fair, Mikel Arteta has spoken about it. This is our 5th corner. Just not fit. Simple as that, really, isn't it? Clearly suffered some sort of setback between when he was injured before Sheffield United came back for the West Ham game in the Cup and is now nowhere to be seen. Saka delivers another corner. It's a decent one. It's over. Havertz, don't watch that. At least you didn't close your eyes like in the Champions League. Step in the right direction and he's cussing their German bad words. He thinks he could have done better. Unlucky. But these are the sort of individuals, if we are going to take traditional corners or set-piece routines, the Havertzes, the Declan Rices, the Gabriels, the Salibas, the Tomiyasus, it's you lot that I need to see getting on the end of it. 15 minutes left of this first half. It's still 0-0. It's been a decent start, but it's also been a decent and encouraging start for Burnley where we've allowed them to build on such. Trafford has kicked it into the right-hand channel there left. Saliba's mopped up. Oh, Saliba's inadvertently. Yo, Saliba! Right, well in. Saliba, you're great, but his interception almost led to Burnley scoring. Raya springing into action because of Goodmanson. Rice had to make 2 decent saves now. Saliba a bit too casual there. What a player he is. And to be fair to you, he obviously didn't he didn't get the glory, but for me, I like the fact Zinchenko was switched on defensively there. Trossard's not going to win that header. Kai Havertz doesn't. Jorginho, I hope you found the pass. He's tried to find Martinelli. Martinelli's made a meal of that. Ref, come on! How is that a foul? Come on! You're a lucky lad, whoever you are, you know. Number 5, what's your name? Bayer. Lucky lad, never a free kick, ref. Come on, man. What are people meant to do? Rice having a good game. Unnecessarily been called into action too many times, man. Burnley slyly, very slyly, have had better chances than us, or more clear-cut chances. Saka don't lose it. Saka forced to clear it there. Again, Burnley growing in confidence now. Okay, Rodriguez. Come on, man. Rice not getting beat from them ankles there. Wait, still 0-0, man. Deadlock still not broken. I'm good, man. Thank you for asking, Omar. Hope you're doing well. Feel like the Emirates has really lost that energy from last season. Was at the Sevilla game. It was booky. It was a booky atmosphere. Let's hope it returns, man. Let's hope it returns. Ref, clear foul on Havertz. Well in, Havertz. Won us a free kick. Done well, man. Was strong there. And it's that Bayer guy. Or Jordan, whatever his name is. Martinelli. Need a bit more from my midfield 3, man. Declan Rice, you're doing your thing. But yeah, Zinchenko, has he found Martinelli? Yes, he has. Oh, it's his hand, ref. I'm lying, man. I know I shouldn't lie, people. Sander Burgess cleared it. We have the ball in a good area there. Come on, boys. You don't know until you call it. Odegaard was called up to the national team. Not sure if he's going to play. I mean, his manager for the national team sounds very pessimistic. Maybe Arsenal and Norway are in contact and he might be able to play. Maybe he's just there for morale. A bit like Jesus being called up to Brazil, really. You know, their manager said even if he can't play, he's still going to stay. We're not going to call up a replacement. So maybe it's an atmosphere thing and the vibes. Tomiyasu's found Bukayo Saka on this right-hand side. Tomiyasu tries to play it over the top. Do you know what? Oh, that's good defending from Burnley. Martinelli was creeping. People say it's arrogance why we've lost the Emirates energy. I don't know, man. For me, it looks like the Emirates is rocking like it's never been last 2 years. But in the same way, it's down for the players to give the energy as well, if I'm honest. The fans will do their most, but if the players give us something to get behind, it becomes serious. Martinelli to take this corner. Come on, Martinelli. Decent delivery. Still, Burnley have dealt with it, but half dealt with it. Don't foul him, Trossard. He's looking. Rodriguez has hooked it clear. It's a throw-in, though. They have a match against my country, which should be a walk in the park for them. What country is that, man? We've lost the ball cheaply here, and this is what I don't want to do. It's proven difficult enough to score one goal. Don't concede first. That's ours, ref. Thank you. Might end up 1-0 to Arsenal. We are dead right now. Burnley keeper been solid so far. Toothless again. Big up DG. Still not impressed with this Havertz guy. Needs to go. Tired of him. We really need a striker in January and a centre mid. Pardon me. Listen, Havertz goal today. I'm going to say it every stream until it happens. A proper goal. No disrespect. Faroe Islands. Big up yourself, Mervyn. Man. I didn't know you're from there. I think that's the beautiful thing about YouTube, man. I see some of you tuned in from or of heritage of so many different worlds. Look at us all coming together for our love for football. Ball into the box. Big up Tomiyasu and Havertz for trying. Another goal kick. Can we start playing it along the floor? Can we work Pope, man? I know Saka's had that effort from range, but man said Pope. I'm still in Newcastle mode, Trafford. I think we need to put the keeper under pressure, man. I think with 10, 11 minutes to go until half time, I want him to be relieved that the whistle's been blown. Burnley in possession here again. I think Burnley have done well, man. Gabriel wins the header. Someone get there, Zinni. Handball, ref. Ref has said, forget that. Fortunately, Zinni's got there. Martinelli, keep that run. Zinchenko's tried to find Trossard. In truth, it's horrible. And it's gifted back to Burnley here again. And now they have it. Folks shouldn't forget football is a low-scoring game. Patience is needed at times. Not happy with how we started games all season. Way too slow. I dream of a world where we'll score in the first 15 minutes in the league again. From our general play, do you think we're prioritizing Champions League over Premier League? Nope. I don't think we can afford to. Havertz, come on, surely. Not the best of passes. Giving Trossard too much to do. Before that pass, I thought, surely we've got to score. Trossard shoots. It's a Trossard. Unlucky. Trafford, you're trying to get match of the day highlights. It's a good save from him. It's a good save. And it's all come from Declan Rice in that 8 row, picking a pocket. Kai Havertz. I don't think the pass was quick enough or good enough. Trossard's done well to fashion a shot for himself, if I'm completely honest with you. Pinged it with his left peg. Keeper's equal to it. Good shot, good save, good things all around. Another corner, probably our 6th, 7th. Martinelli delivers. Someone get on that. Keeper's in no man's land. Saka, get there. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Let's put that back in the mixer. Saka's played the square pass. Jorginho, first time. Someone get there. Someone has got there. It's a Burnley shirt. Zinchenko's got to the second, and it's here with Martinelli. Let's restart, boys. It's here with Zinchenko. Martinelli's made the good runs. Zinchenko said, forget about that. Saliba, is he going to have an effort? Okay. Done well. Found his centre-back pairing. Gabriel's playing like a forward player. Bukayo Saka. Gabriel moved from him. Saka delivers. It's taken off the head of Havertz, probably for the best. Zinchenko. Martinelli. Good touch, Martinelli. Head up. Head up. Head up. Aggressive now. Aggressive, Martinelli, please. That was a good run from Zinchenko. Martinelli. Release it, release it. Thank you. Declan Rice gives it back to Martinelli. Come on, Martinelli. Get us some change down there. Ref, that's a corner, surely. It's still alive. Big Gabriel playing like a right winger. Fine, Saka. Gabriel, maybe a centre-half, you know. Saka's found him. Oh, big Gabriel, you know. Big Gabriel in a position you probably expect Saka to be. Gives it back to that man. Saka goes for the effort. Deflections all round. Ref, that's a corner. Ref, offside. Ref, never. Come on. Reset, boys. Reset, reset, reset. I don't know if that was offside, ref. I'm not going to lie to you. 135 likes. Can we get as close to 200 by the end of the stream as we potentially can? We've upped the intensity at times, but all that matters is breaking the deadlock. In more from Jorginho and Havertz. Don't think anyone's been bad, but I want to see our midfield can dictate playing. That Saliba get up, does well. Gabriel's going to sweep up. Well in. Raya, come on. Who wants it off Raya? Who wants it? Who wants it? Raya swung it with his left peg. Who has he found? He's found Martinelli. Well in, Raya. Having a decent game with your passing. That Martinelli, whoa. Dribbling in the wrong sort of zones. Zinchenko helps him out. You know, Zinchenko helps you defensively. You're moving a bit mad in that regards. Fortunately, we pay Martinelli to score goals and that. Miss Champions League, man. We play teams that actually want to play football. Declan Rice driving our team forward. Declan Rice, who has he found here? Switches play, finds his England and actually Arsenal colleague. It feels mad to say that about Declan Rice. Bukayo Saka. Saka. Havertz. Handball ref. Oi! I'm reaching, I know, people. Tomiyasu, well in. Tommy, well in. Come on, Jorginho. Declan wants. Jorginho better than that, you know. You got eyes for that pass. You can do that. Jorginho. Saka centrally. Come on, Saka. Gets found, sorry, by Tomiyasu. Havertz. It's too nonchalant there, Havertz, isn't it? It's too nonchalant there. Way too nonchalant. Got to be quicker. Got to have more intention and invention towards what you're doing. Oh, man. I dream of when we could fashion chances. This is what I mean. Like, I would like another striker, but I feel you could sign another striker. We won't really play, based on what I've seen this season, you're not really going to be playing to their full strength, regardless of who's up front like this. Should be a dream to play for Arsenal Football Club up front, but it's not that we need to get back to when we was creating a million chances a game. Martinelli, Jorginho, blind pass by Jorginho, Trossard and Zinchenko turn a bad pass into a good one. Zinchenko. Trossard on this far left. Martinelli and Havertz central. Zinchenko also central. Trossard invited to run inside, finds Martinelli. Oh, it's never a foul. It's dodgy defending by Burnley. It's like both teams kind of half switched off there. Ref, have a look. I'm reaching 100%, people. You do the same. Shameless settings. I can't love a match who starts these two deadbeats from Chelsea. Do you mean manager? Big up Arteta, man. To be fair, a bit harsh on Jorginho, man. I wouldn't have bought Havertz, but we're at where we're at. As I said, Burnley are in relegation zone. They need points from this match. We need a new striker in midfield. Not enough depth and not enough chances created. True. As I said, for me, I think we need a striker, but centre mid, please. Bit nonchalant from Jorginho there. Throw into Burnley. Ref, how long? Come on, man. Look how long this guy's taking. Ref, come on, man. Tell him to hurry up. Ref, come on, man. Curry goal could have been made and cooked by the time this guy takes the throw in. Dark arts from Burnley. All of that for that. Gave it to Zinchenko. You muppet. Who are you? Anyways, Martinelli. Oh, we made a mess of that, ain't we? Jay Rodriguez, again, plays a pass in behind. This winger, what number are you wearing? 25. You're actually fairly good technically. You're going to try to spoil my day today, aren't you? I wouldn't say shocking. I wouldn't. Lackluster is not the right word, but for want of other terms, I'd say lackluster. Ref, come on, man. How long's my man taking with these throw-ins? I respect it because I do the same thing, but come on, ref. Finally. Burnley in possession. Kai Havertz will lead the... I don't want to see this at the Emirates. Trafford is trying to do riot duties. Big up Burnley because you made a commitment to doing stuff like this, but that tells me you're far too confident. Ball's been played in behind. Tomiyasu's going to have some defending to do here. Tomiyasu can't win it back. Still here with Burnley. Boy. Is it a Fabio Vieira thing for Kai Havertz soon? Not because Havertz playing bad. Like, it looks like we got players that strengths are to do that sort of stuff. Jay Rodriguez plays it in behind. No foul, ref. Come on. Don't know why you lot are appealing fouls. Come on. We don't shoot from outside the box enough. It's too one-dimensional. Sometimes I think it needs that healthy randomness. I don't think we should be trigger happy, but I agree with you. You know, if we play it patiently out of 20 times or the first 10, it's very patient. The 11th, can we try something else? Obviously, this is what the manager wants. This is what the manager have told you to do. This is what we're doing week in, week out in training. But I do feel our build-up play, while I like it, it has lost that healthy bit of randomness. And again, one of my biggest frustrations, obviously it comes with the territory for Saka, but he keeps having to drop very deep to get the ball more time. Looks like in the Champions League, that's the only time that's not going to be a thing. It's here with Martinelli. Declan Rice. Tomiyasu, you've seen plenty of the ball, to be fair. We just need one chance with a bit of quality. Tomiyasu plays it to Trossard. Trossard, get it under control. Well in. Saka, move from him. Saka in possession. Trossard on the overlap. Finds Havertz. Saka, that's a good pass. Come on, Havertz, please. Something serious. Bukayo. Come on, there's too much flirting and foreplay. We need to penetrate, man. All right, that's a ball. Havertz, come on. Come on, Havertz. That's too nonchalant, my guy, man. I'm backing you all the way. Come on, big guy, Trossard. Lovely. Come on, Havertz. Too nonchalant. Bit of urgency, man. Bit of care on the ball there. If that's done with a bit of intensity, maybe you pick a pass or you shoot. Come on, man. We're starting to flirt in and aside the Burnley box, but you know, anytime you get the opportunity to get some box, you got to penetrate. I love that little joke. Big up you lot, people. Better chances, faster tempo. Ref, come on, man. This guy's boying it with these throws, man. He's boying it. How long does he want? Finally takes it. It's flicked forward by Burnley. Gabriel says, forget all of that. Declan Rice gets us out of it. Jorginho plays it behind Saliba, but we keep it moving. Keep going, boys. Come on, man. We need to start feeding Trossard and our attacking players, man. It's here with Martinelli. Hey, come on, man. It's almost half time. Martinelli. Trossard once. Trossard once. Ref, what's that? Martinelli, how many bites of Martinelli does the guy want? Hey, Trossard is in a lovely position, you know, as is Kai Havertz. Martinelli, look up and find Trossard. He's in between the lines. Martinelli skips past one. Come on, Martinelli. Head up. End product, my guy. End product. Come on. Come on. Martinelli delivers. It's gone all the way across the Saka. Keep that in. Saka, Tomiyasu once. Well in, Saka. He's found Havertz. Havertz to Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu to Saka. Come on, a bit of quality, man. We score one. We can put these guys to bed, man. Their game plan's out the window. Jorginho. Gabriel. Big Gabriel. Ugh, he's taking the shot. I don't mind it, but let's all remember our positions. Saliba. TT down this right-hand side. Still 0-0, people. 44 minutes and 30 seconds on my clock. Tomiyasu. Jorginho. Declan Rice. Oh, I can't believe we got Declan Rice. What a player. Tomiyasu. Jorginho. I again look at Trossard. Again. Declan, find him. Declan Rice in possession. Find him. I am one of the tackle players. Find Trossard. He's right there. This is the second time I've mentioned it. Martinelli, head up, please. Please. Thank you. Zinchenko delivers first time. Come on. Yes! Great bravery from Trossard. Hey, Trossard, I hope you're right. That's effing bravery. Trossard is going to feel that, but I like that. That's bravery from my man. He scored. He's on the floor. I hope he's all right, but that is effing bravery. Belgian Spartan. Hey, pick him up. Pick him up. Hey, it's physio. Get on the pitch, man. Bravery. Trossard knew he was going to get hurt, but he did it for the cause. You be all right, man. People get clamped and get hurt every day, man. You tough, right? My guy. Yes! But I'm not happy. I ain't going to cap. I am happy. I don't think I've said this in a watch-along for ages. 0-0, boys. Trossard, I hope he's good, man. Brave lad there. Big balls from Trossard there. Why? Lovely. Lovely. My guy, I said Trossard scoring today, you know. Saka, bravery as well. Hey, fucking bravery. Apologies, people. But sometimes you've got to be brave. You know you're going to get hurt. That is bravery from Bukayo and bravery from Trossard. Oh, did Trossard, what happened there? Did his head smack the post? I don't know what happened, man. I hope you're all right, man. But that depth of heart, Trossard's still on the floor. Big up Trossard, man. Big up Trossard. Shout out to Belgium. Done. Boy. I can't lie. I think Trossard's shoulder's gone, you know. He's still holding it. Nelson, get warm. Like I'm the one saying he comes on the pitch. Lovely, boys. Let's go. 0-0. Smash the like button, people. We're a goal up. I swear today we can score our 1,000th goal at the Emirates. Trossard should be number 2, 8, even a debate. I think there'll be games for Eddie, but for the foreseeable future, as I said at the start of the stream, it's Trossard false 9, man. What games have we actually got to come, actually? Because I want to see that for a hot sec still. It might not. Trossard, you're tough, man. Come on, man. Soldier that, man. Soldier that, man. Get this guy some Hennessy. He's all right, man. That don't hurt, man. Water, Vaseline, Hennessy. You're good, man. Come on, man. Woo! Who have we got we got Brentford. Ooh, Brentford might be a case of Eddie playing up front, but away from home. But if I'm honest, I want to see Trossard against Brentford at this moment in time. I kind of want to see that until Liverpool, really. Tommy has K tape on his right hamstring, so we know where one of his issues is. Boy, great goal, man. Bit of bravery from the lads there. What is that? A Saka assist? Agendas. Agendas. Starboy doing Starboy things. I don't know if Trossard's going to get subbed, but he has to walk off the... I can't lie, I think his shoulders popped. Not that I know anything, but he ain't moved that. He has not moved that. You did it for the cause, man. You be all right, man. Trossard, one love for that. I can't lie, Trossard, you continuing. I'm not seeing that arm move, man. Soldier, that adrenaline. It's going to hurt tomorrow. Hey. Fine Trossard, blood. How many times? Football's a simple game. Collided with the post. Told, man. Trossard, the cheat code. You can see Trossard just needs service. I can't hate Havertz. He didn't sign himself. We knew the type of player he was. That's how I kind of feel. Spurs made my day. A win will top it off. Now, if we win it, my day's made. I swear there's a big game tomorrow. I haven't set up, but there'll be a watch-along tomorrow, people. Whatever them games are. I'm sure there's a big game tomorrow. Is it Chelsea City? I might even be lying about that. Somebody. It's a big clash tomorrow. Yeah, Chelsea City. We'll be watching that, people. We will be watching that. Bang on the money. Always looking out for you lot. But Arsenal are a goal ahead, people. Job's not done. 0-0 settings. Keep doing what we're doing. Oh, we made a mess of that, ain't we, boys? Burnley are not out of this. They have played down this right-hand side. Don't let them deliver. No delivery. Declan Rice, be brave. Trossard's back on the field. Right into the hands of Raya. Come on, boys. Manage the game now, man. Please. Manage the game. Just manage the game. Whatever stream you're using, share it, please. That will do. Number 1,000 at the Emirates. Told, man, Trossard's bagging today, man. This is what I want to see. And it's actually half-time, folks. It's actually half-time. That goal in the dying embers of the first half from Trossard has given us life. What have we made of that game so far? Me personally, at half-time, I think we started well. I think, you know, in little splurts in that game, we started to up the ante. I think we started to be a bit more aggressive. You know, Burnley looked a bit nervous when defending inside their box. I feel like that goal was coming. But it's another case of, personally, I want to see some more chances created. I want to see a bit more from our midfielders. I think Declan's been good. I think Jorginho's been good. I don't think anyone's been poor. But I want to see Jorginho and Havertz in particular start getting on the ball and dictating things, because Declan Rice, Martinelli, Saka, Trossard, they're all making great runs off the ball, if I'm completely honest with you. Ultimately, 1-0 to the Arsenal's a famous chant. And Burnley at some point in this game are going to have to be a bit more aggressive at us. But goals make you more comfortable. You know, I want some breathing space, if I'm honest. For Burnley, I actually think off the ball they've done well. I think they've battled where they need to. I don't think they just sat in their own half when the opportunity is permitted. Obviously, they've got forward. Raya's been called into action about twice, had to make 2 good saves. Obviously, prior to the Trossard goal, Saka and... Was it Saka? Yeah, Saka and Trossard went close. So, yeah, man, I think we deserve the goal. But can we create more? In terms of half-time stats at this moment in time, we are winning a 0-0. We've had 10 shots. They've had 4. We've had 3 shots on target. They've had 4. They've had 32% of the ball. We've had 68%. We've had 3 shots on target for our 10 shots. We've had 7 corners as well, people. So we have been the more dominant side, but I don't think it's a thing where Burnley have just been at our mercy, really. I think Trafford's been quite good. I think Burnley have played football where they can. Getting forward when they can. Force Raya into saves. Ultimately, Burnley have been competitive. I'm on the side, people, just making my half-time notes. Saka bravery prior. Saka / Trossard went close. I wish I had Trossard in my FPL team, but I forgot to change it, so I'll give up on that now, if I'm completely honest with you. What's the point? We go again next season. But so far, so good, man. Need to create some more. Raya, listen, Raya's been good today, man. Raya's distribution's been good. Obviously, it's not like he's faced a lot of chances, but he's been equal to everything that's been demanded of his. Feels like it's his elbow. Must have hit his funny bone. Should be fine. I didn't make my overlay, bro. Or someone made me a .ptsd file, which is with Photoshop, and literally I just changed the names. 5 settings. I honestly wish we signed Trossard earlier in his career. Why not, man? But he's at where he's at. DG is now warming to Trossard. DG is a true supporter. Ah, hey, come on. I've always been a Trossard fan, man. I've always been a Trossard fan. And was it not against Chelsea? I said, Trossard, I'll never slander you again. You know, I've maintained, I think Trossard's the best finisher at the club. I think he's one of the most intelligent players in the final third. I just think internally, Arsenal fans overrate him. And this is another game he started and done well. But I just think at this moment in time, if you was to do Trossard highlights, he's impacted the game off the bench more than starting. That being said, I've always said, if we could play 12 players, Trossard be one of them. And I love the guy. But yeah, man, big up Trossard. I'm not going to lie though, Trossard. Jesus is fit. I'm trying to see Saka and Martinelli, but this is why Trossard's part of the club, to be competitive. And arguably, had we had another midfielder, could there be a world where, you know, all four of those players could play? Could you play Trossard? I don't buy Trossard in the 8 row. I'm not on it. I can't lie to you. Like, I don't think that's him. But Trossard in the 10, Declan Rice and someone, not that Jorginho's doing bad, but 2 dynamic midfielders, if we had them, in Declan Rice and someone else, Trossard in the 10, Saka and Martinelli either wing, and then the Jesuses of this world. Great goal, man. Great goal. Man said Papa Perkins. How does Saka have a headed assist before Havertz? I swear Saka's got a headed goal this season. I could be wrong. Big up Saka. Saka has now scored and assisted against 24 different teams in the Prem. Starboy. Said it against Sevilla. Trossard starts every game when Jesus is out. As I said, I think there's games for Eddie, but yeah, man, I'm trying for the foreseeable future. I'm trying to see Trossard. I just think there's a lot more fluidity when he's through the middle. I think there's a less selfishness. Respectfully to Eddie, I think Trossard's a better technical footballer. I think things that Eddie might need 4 touches, Trossard could do in 1 or 2, and that's just not a strength of Eddie's. So yeah, man, I think we're gonna have to, you know, Trossard's even had injuries this season, so I do expect Trossard to come off at some point and Eddie to get a run out. But yeah, all Trossard goals for us have been assisted by Saka. Could you argue that's the best partnership statistically then? But hey, that's crazy, isn't it? Long may it continue. Need to make this a game for GD in the second half. Need to make ground against City. I hear you. Get that 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline, but get that second bit of breathing room. Maybe that third. If if Burnley kind of give up, then we can start talking about GD. But to be fair to you, I think BD's too. I don't think Burnley have ran away from this. I think they've been competitive. I think they showed courage where they've needed to and can. I think they've defended well, especially their striker Rodriguez. I think they've won cute fouls. I did think when we upped the intensity, as I said earlier, I think they looked a bit shaky when clearing the ball out of their box. Like I can't remember. Well, in fact, whatever 2 Burnley players that led to was it Trafford? Trafford spared his teammates blushes where it could have been an own goal. Trafford's been decent, if I'm honest. I'm sure Southgate would have taken in this game. But if I'm negative, the only negative I would say is something not in relation to this game beyond what I've mentioned already. It's like, it's games like this. If we had another number 8 that's certified, we, you know, might be able to get a bit more change out of it. Couldn't even celebrate that one because it didn't look good. Big up DJ in the nation. Nah, man, celebrate every goal, man. Obviously, we hope Trossard's okay as well. Also, Eddie has offered Havertz to Real. I mean, we see that in the paper links, but I'm not too sure. Not enough not good enough. Chance creation is still lacking. I mean, unlike against Newcastle, we've actually scored. But I'd say that the Newcastle game was the game I was like, that's, for me anyways, the only glaring thing we was missing is ultimately working Nick Pope. And I guess it's a step in the right direction because I've definitely seen Trafford called into action a lot more than Nick Pope. Need to get Trossard in the game more. He's been doing well every time he's got the ball. Havertz needs to link up better. His passing, tiki-taka game isn't at our level right now. I think on occasions he's done well, but it's a bit nonchalant. Like, he's very nonchalant and one-paced. Not going to lie, I feel bad for Ramsdale. He doesn't deserve to get dropped. I feel bad for him as well, but 3 points in it. If we win the game, it is what it is. And the man in front of him right now is doing all right. Trossard and Tomiyasu are underrated at our club. Tomiyasu's starting to get his flowers, but I think him and Benjamin White at a time where, you know, some of us made edited videos and released them on the platform telling you, look, don't write off Trossard. Yeah, Trossard as well, but Tomiyasu is what I meant to say. Martins has said, big up DG. If we had a baller in that number 10 like Ode Class, we would be up 4-0 now. Havertz is not progressing the ball. When he gets the ball, if he was more aggressive or had a bit more creativity, if we had a player like Xavi Simmons or even Lewis Skelly, let's take time with Lewis. You know, big up to him and Ethan, the under-17s World Cup at the moment. Jorginho's been playing some sideways passes near the halfway line that always go wayward. He did it against so many teams this season, both in the Champions League and the Premier League. Trossard would do better in the 10 than Havertz. He'd give Odegaard good competition in that role. Probably would. The only thing I think, you know, that Havertz has over Trossard is Havertz got a bit more physicality. That's just not a skill set of Trossard. It's not that he's bullied. Trossard is cuter in the box in those pockets. Eddie turns it over. Trossard keeps the ball alive. Social joins, you're always here. And you articulated that perfectly. Havertz just looks unprofessional. His touches, passes, shooting, it's all sloppy. It's like a regular Don at Power League. Benjamin White is out injured. White got a knock against Sevilla. Hopefully we're winning comfortable so Waters can get a cheeky 10 minutes at right back. I would love to see Bradley Ibrahim, Sego Jr., all the youth players on the bench, but it appears they're probably just there to, you know, they're just bodies essentially. This takes me back to, it definitely wasn't last season, the season before when like Mika Berra, Flores, Amari Hutchison, them kind of players were on the bench. They were just bodies, in my opinion. And you never really thought Arteta was going to give them their debuts to a degree. So whoever said they sent that link on Twitter, I appreciate that. I can't see it though. Looking in my request. Unless you did you add it? Can't see it, my guy. Appreciate the effort though. DG Harry Kane going for another hat trick, unrealistic. But do you think maybe we offer a big fee? I don't think he'd want to be mentioned in the same vein as Sol Campbell. But if there was a world where Harry Kane wants to join Arsenal and there's the finances to do it, big up Joey. I think any Arsenal fan, I don't think there's an Arsenal fan that would turn it down, even the most tribal one. He hasn't been bad for real, but he needs more conviction. I think that's it with Havertz. You're never convinced, and he doesn't do things with conviction. I think it's another game for Havertz that kind of follows the Newcastle one, the West Ham one, the Champions League, in that he fits in. He's not standing out. I say this every game, but Havertz just needs to have more conviction in his attacking actions. Funny, today when Saka puts two hands behind the box, behind the back, it's a clear foul. But when Newcastle scores with two hands behind the back of Gabriel, people, you would do your head in if you're searching for consistency with the refereeing decisions. Like, it's not right. It is poor. It is boring. It is frustrating. But you at this point, you got to protect your sanity. They don't want consistency. They want drama. It adds to this entertainment stuff. Has Havertz gone past his prime? When has Havertz had his prime? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Havertz's reputation is on the floor. I think he should take his chances and gamble, run at defenders and be more aggressive. COVID times, all the young G's on the bench to make up the numbers. I'd like an Ibrahim debut. Just the very fact that they're in the matchday squad is an honor, man. Like, that's closer to our dreams of playing Premier League football than any of us here have got. But yeah, man. He went on loan to Ipswich. Pick up Amari. I'll say this. We have got to do better at corners. We get a lot of corners. Havertz doesn't look like he wants to win headers. If you watch him jump, he looks like he doesn't even try. Just not a strength of his, to be fair. What is his strength? Burnley used to be tough, man. Still, it's just with less physicality. Boy. DGD rate Mika Berra if I see a Premier League player in him. I like him a lot. He's doing well at in Scotland, and I don't know if he'll make the grade here because we were talking about a striker. You've got Kai Havertz and Trossard ahead of you. Jesus is there. Eddie's here. Don't know. True that DG Carragher and another presenter even said it makes for good team. It does. All them media platforms, radios, us on YouTube, you in the pub with your friends, all on WhatsApp. We're all talking about it and we're all doing our heads in terms of consistency. You know, it adds to the drama of the, again, you got to remember, unfortunately, all these football clubs and the Premier League is a business. They don't want consistency. Do we really think with the money in the game, you know, you got the best players, the best physios, set piece coaches, all these things, big money players, you know, TV rights, hella money across all the countries. Do we really think the way VAR is being implemented is really by a coincidence? It's there for a reason. I might sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I genuinely believe that, really. And because you can't criticize refs. And also, we got to remember, all these presenters and all these guys that even try to criticize refereeing, they're all friends with these referees and these governing bodies, and they're all getting WhatsApps and stuff and saying, can you take the heat off the refs? Obviously, Arsenal are not liked by the media, but do you really think there's a coincidence that the way they went after Mikel Arteta to the point where Arteta is public enemy number one now, it takes away from the actual thing? Remember, if you control the media, you control the narrative. Come on, you Gunners, let's get 3 points. Also, big up yourself, DG, clear of AFTV. Jojo, appreciate that. Shout out to them, man. No shade, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you tuned in. I'm from Ipswich, and Amari is a baller. Hopefully, we can keep doing that. I don't think Havertz should gamble in play at all. Football is not his strength. Boy, that's harsh, man. You know, that's harsh. He's a Champions League winner. Havertz will never be the player he was in Germany. He's grown like 2 inches. Since then, it's impossible for him to move like he used to. I hear that, man. But you know, I can't imagine you're taller than Declan Rice, but Declan Rice is tall. He can still glide and do things. I just accepted Havertz for what he is, man. Like at best, you're a utility player that can fill in. I know you're gonna do the dirty work. There's a lot of frustrations. I'm rooting for you all the way. I do think some people, not that they're wrong with being harsh, because you know big money's been spent on you, but sometimes I think fans are a bit unfair. But I think even those that want it to work for Havertz, like myself, I find myself again the bar is on the floor. We're praising the guy for things any footballer should be doing. Like we're praising him for clattering into someone at Newcastle. Like what midfielder can't? Like, we praise Havertz for tackles and all these things. Did he come here to be defensive mid? And I'm not trying to make it about Havertz. Like, you didn't sign yourself. Like, we're at where we're at. I'm rooting for you. I do think it might get better. It's going to have to get better. I'm just trying to think positive because there's no exit clause. You spent 65 million, probably earning close to 200K in wages. Play. Raya and Declan Rice in conversation. I wonder if something will happen. Mount or Havertz be great field bag today. Two pieces of the same pod, really. You know, I'm not gonna cap. If you offered me Mount and Havertz in the summer, I didn't want either, but I would have taken Mount. Out of the three, you lot that follow me on my channel, you know I'm a fan of Kovacic. I think we were better off buying. Well, Havertz might turn it around. Second half soon commence, people, but I thought it made more sense to sign Kovacic, if I'm honest with you. At least you can evidently see Kovacic's strengths. He can get away with, you know, red card offences, which Arsenal tax that might not be the thing. Obviously, he can dribble. He can dictate play. You know he's a central midfielder. Havertz can do everything, but what does he truly excel at in terms of his strengths as a footballer and the team? Because, and I'm not trying to make it about Havertz, but if we're praising you for filling in on Odegaard because of the physicality and running about and stuff, then like what midfielder can't do that in the Premier League? Seriously, like what midfielder can't put a shift in? Maybe them at Man United and that, but I don't know. Second half soon begin, folks. We will kick off this second half. Ref, when you're ready, big up you lot for tuning in. Keep your thoughts, comments, predictions, all of that good stuff tuned in, people. Spurs have lost. We're winning 1-0. Hopefully, where Arsenal are concerned, it stays that way so we can have a good afternoon, people. Raya, maybe this is why he's in conversation with Declan Rice. He's pinged it into the right-hand channel. Kai Havertz, I don't know if he won the header there in truth, people, but it's here with Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu's pass isn't the best. Goals change games, and we're only winning by 1-0. The game's not done. This looks like an encouraging run. Saliba's going to have to put the burners. All right, this brother is we are in trouble. Oi! Boys, don't do this. How do you even say your name? Colowoso. Put the burners on it. All came from a George. I think it's Jorginho, actually. That's not easy. Skip past Jorginho. He skipped past Declan Rice. Saliba is in a foot race. Saliba's lost that. Raya's come out. I think Saliba's last-ditch tackle inadvertently has helped us, because had he have not made that slide tackle, that is a serious tackle from Saliba. I'll take the corner, because had that not have happened, it's 1-1 early doors. About 45 seconds into the second half. Ref, look at the hands on Raya. Look at the hands on Raya. Burnley deliver. Martinelli gets up. Tomiyasu is not the best of headers, but he's cleared it. It's here with Raya. Boys, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Just relax, man. We're acting like we're losing. Relax. Everyone just relax. Burnley have to throw more punches. They're losing. They have to gamble trying to make it 1-1 or 2-1. They have to probably gamble and let their fullback stay further up the field. Just be professional. That all come from a silly stray pass. Saliba, big up yourself, because I actually thought you lost the foot race. You had to put the burners on. That Burnley defender, I can't lie. I mean, midfielder, he's quick. Great tackle by Saliba. Recovery tackle. Tomiyasu. You know, if we could get a second or a third, Zinni, you might have to come off. Tomiyasu go left back. I'm bugging out. Tomiyasu say right back. Kiri will come on. Let's just see out the game. Not that Zinchenko's put a foot wrong today. To be fair with Havertz, his movement is very good. Yeah, but what you did with the movement, though? You should have good movement. You play for Germany. You won Champions League. Like, better players got great movement. Rodriguez at Burnley has great movement. I'm not trying to. You're definitely not wrong. I'm just being harsh. I'm being devil's advocate. Declan Rice. You know, even in this Arsenal team, who's not got good movement? Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, Odegaard if fit, Fabio Vieira, Zinchenko, slightly even Gabriel when we're playing out from the back. Like, who ain't got that? Like, what makes you stand out? You fit in. How do you stand out? Zinchenko fakes like he's going to cross. Oh, Trossard tries to play a 1-2. It doesn't work, but I like it. We need to recover. Don't foul him, lads. Don't foul him. Don't foul him. That's too easy. This Burnley man has just ripped bare dons and he's played the pass. Jorginho with a feeble attempt. Sorry. It's actually a free kick. That's a good free kick to win. Come on, boys. Burnley playing with a lot more intensity, if I'm completely honest, at this moment. I don't know with the Havertz rumours. Did you see the Ben Foster interview talking about Sky and VAR? I've seen snippets of it on Twitter. If you're talking about the one where he's wearing an Arsenal shirt, they'll never be honest, man. And again, if a manager does something bad, there's question marks. If a player does something wrong, even fans get criticised. You criticise the ref, managers get banned and things like that. I've always said, I don't think VAR is the problem. It's how we are implementing it in this country, and also this country gets the best foreign. Well, this country don't care. It doesn't matter if you're the best player. You're the best player. If you're whatever country, you've got a number of foreign players. You've got foreign coaches. You've got foreign physios and all this stuff. Everyone's trying to play foreign styles of football 9 times out of 10. Why is there no foreign referees in the Premier? There's got to be a reason for that. It's an old boys network. It's a comfy little club. They're like the Tories of football, man. Martinelli, lovely. Aye, Trossard, let's make this work. Trossard, there's a second view. Fake shot. Come on, Trossard. Wavy Belgium stuff. He squared it. Have we got a corner for that? I think we have. Brownhill. Do you not remember a few years ago against Burnley, Brownhill? I think Brownhill scored against us at home. Kane already has 17 Bundesliga goals. Why do we struggle against these relegated teams? Don't know. Really don't know. I'm going with a 2-1 over Burnley. I went 2-0, so my prediction is still on course, but I don't know if we get a clean sheet or a second, actually. Zinchenko to Jorginho. Lovely. Tomiyasu inverting. Come on, Tommy. It's here with Martinelli. Martinelli win the foul. Finds Zinchenko. Zini won't give it back to him. Ah, he does. Pardon me. Martinelli delivers. Big Gabriel, of all people, gets up. We're appealing for a penalty. I don't think we're going to get that. Havertz keeps it in place. Saka. Declan Rice on this right-hand side. Saka once. Declan Rice delivers. Oh, Declan Rice. You ain't unlocked them kind of passes there yet. The intent was there, but there's way too much on that. Westwood under Emre too. Yeah, we held some L's. Zinchenko's side quietly been good. It's looking peak Freddy. If he was on the pitch, I'm not sure we lead 1-0. Wait. Well, to be fair with you, I mean, on the basis of the foul wasn't given for Gabriel against Joe Linton, but the foul was given for Saka in the first half. Why have we not got something there with Gabriel? Consistency is all I ask for, but I never get it. That's not a handball, ref. Thank you. Zinchenko mops up. Who wants it from him? Who wants it from Zini? Well in, Martinelli. Oh, Buyuki touch from Martinelli where he keeps it in. Martinelli. Zinchenko. Oh, he tried to play it for Trossard. Trossard. Hold it. Get shot. Oh, good defending by Burnley. They just got a nick on it and it's cleared by Trafford. Saliba, where are you? Bring that down. Raya don't want. Raya, you don't need it this time. Saliba. Tomiyasu. Saka wants. Forward, man. Forward, 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 forward. Up the intensity now, man. Burnley looks scared in certain aspects. Kai Havertz on this wide right-hand side. Goes to Tomiyasu. I think we personally looked a lot more threatening down the left, but to a degree, that's a bit expected. You've got Declan Rice in that 8 row. Oh, that's a poor pass into Martinelli. You've got Martinelli. You've got Declan Rice into that role. Seems like Trossard seems to be peeling to that side a bit more. Where obviously, you've got Saka, you've got Havertz and Tomiyasu on the right-hand side. Not that any of the players have been bad. We're playing games, man. We need a second. Zinchenko. 1-0. I know it's a famous chant by Arsenal, but it's a dangerous scoreline, man. And I hope it don't come back to bite us. Zinchenko. Clips it into Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Forced to go back home. Martinelli. Zinchenko. It's on the edge of the area. 41 minutes, basically 42 minutes into the game. Martinelli, that doesn't work. Trap boys, get back, please. Starting position. There's way too many Arsenal shirts up here. Trafford had a good game, the young English goalie. Can't really accuse him of wasting time here. I mean, Burnley have shown they can play out from the back really good, and here they are again down this left-hand side. Jay Rodriguez, again, regardless of how if Burnley draw, win, or lose this match, I think his work rate today has been quite slept on. And it's a good passage of play here from Burnley. They've been brave when they've needed to be. See here on this right-hand side. Come on, boys, don't switch off. Don't switch off. Burnley still have the ball. We're holding our shape relatively well, forcing them back. But again, you can see the runners. I mean, we're doing well, but I just hope we're aware of these midfield runners. Ball's over here on the left-hand side. My man's up against Tomiyasu. Has he cooked him? Tommy, that's not good enough. You're not Tommy. That's terrible, bro. That's mad. That's mad. Brownhill deflection. It's that Brownhill again. We were just talking about this Brownhill guy. I swear you did this a few years ago against us. It's a deflected effort. I think Burnley deserve their credit on how they built that play out from the back, really. That's terrible from us. Horrible from us. Now they're the spanner in the works. Burnley won, Arsenal won. And this is why we probably shouldn't have laughed at Spurs. That's horrible. Tommy, you got cooked, man. You cooked yourself. Why are we moaning with the ref? 0-0. Boy, stop moaning and get with it, man. Now it's game on. I don't want to hear no crying to the ref, no statements. Come on, man. Great play from their winger, man. He cooked Tomiyasu. You're still my guy, Tommy, but you got cooked. I swear there was a game in the champs or something. It was one-way traffic. Someone nutmegged you for no reason, Tomiyasu. You're better than that. That's horrible. That's not a foul, man. I hope we get the foul because you'll benefit from it. The game's gone mad if we get a foul for that. Tomiyasu not strong enough, bro. He's like half your size. There is a bit of a shirt pull from both teams. That's horrible. Bro, this is why you don't turn. So much man are turning. This is why you stand up strong when people are shooting. Deflections all the way. Tommy got cooked, man. I don't want to hear nothing. It's 1-1. Tommy got cooked. You got cooked. You're still my guy, still a quality player, still been in good form. But that defensive action was horrible. It's 1-1. I hope VAR comes to our rescue. I hope the complaining comes to something. It'd be a very soft foul, very soft foul. I mean, we didn't get it against Newcastle. Arguably, you know, there was a foul given against Saka that was very soft. The same thing happened in their box. I don't know why we didn't get it. VAR bust us, man. VAR bust us. I hope VAR comes to the rescue, but really, I'll be real, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, I hope we benefit from it. Hey, Michael Oliver, go check it. Go check it. Go check it. Hey, please pay off this ref. Please pay off this ref. But the start to the second half has been a bit of a mixed one, really. Again, we're not taking heed of warnings. 45 seconds into Lieber's last-ditch tackle. That reminds me of West Ham away, where they warned us in the second half. And then the goal stood. Started very poorly, man. Wait. Clean sheets, too much to ask for. Scoring in the first 15 minutes, too much to ask for. But come on, boys, got all to do now. Got a battle. There's no easy games in the Prem. Too open on the transition. And boy, when you've got the midfielders, we've got this is the risk you're taking. Like, there's a couple passengers in the middle of the park. Nonetheless, smash the like button, folks. Game on. Game on. Game on. 10 minutes in. Boys, I don't want to hear moaning. Let's go. Burnley look like they got the bit between their teeth. It's on this right-hand side. It's always these 3 o'clock games that pee me off, innit? Martinelli wins it. Come on, hey, trust us. Let's go. Trust us. Declan Rice. Hey, Martinelli, let's go. Hit the box. Martinelli, look up. Look up. Corner. Better, though. Better. Martinelli, I think you could do a lot better in the final third. I'll be real. Only Havertz has joined. Great play from Martinelli to nick the ball. Trossard and Declan Rice, in a nice way, less said the better. You're doing what you need to do. Corner kick to Arsenal. We've had a lot of corners today, man. It needs to count. Stop showing me the replay and show me the corner, man. Starting to get nervous, and it's coming across as aggression. Come on, Trossard, deliver. Come on, Bossart. Show them something, man. Please. Set piece FC, please. Trossard delivers. So good knock. Yes! Saliba, the passion merchant. Hey, jump in the crowd. Jump in the crowd. Oh, if it was easy, we wouldn't be Arsenal Football Club. But it's that man mountain. Set piece FC, we're back. Instantly. Retaliate. Boys, game on. Clean sheet, too much to ask for. Boy, switch on now. The next goal is vital. Saliba. Let's go. Let's go. More open play goals than certain midfielders playing for our club, but they might not be a good midfielder, but you're all crap midfielder. Let's keep going. Saliba G's up the troop. Instant troops, apologies. Instant retaliation. Whereas my heart can't take this, man. Can we just have a straightforward game to the international break? Trossard, take a bow. That's a sexy cross. Sexy cross. I don't want to hear no moaning. Hey, Saliba stood up tall. That's horrible marking from them. This is why I hate zonal marking. It's a free header for Saliba. And nobody has taken him off Trafford. Easy. Saliba won't score an easier goal in his Arsenal career. Lovely from Trossard. Deserves a goal and an assist. Easy header. Free header. In Sunday League, not that it's the same as football as the professional game, but you know, nobody has stood in between Saliba and Trafford. Now, I don't care because I don't support Burnley, but Saliba's got us back in the game. Smash the like button, folks. Oh, United just scored. All right, Havertz off. Done no. Havertz, done no. Fabio, footballer stuff, please. Tomiyasu just got ripped. He got ripped. He's going to have to firm that. He got ripped. This game, rah. You couldn't just call man Saliba. Crazy. Woo! Blood pressure FC. Whoa. Hey, chill, man. DG Trossard being our most underrated attack video pending. Might have to be, you know. But is he really underrated if he's getting his plaudits now? And I think Arsenal fans have always rated him. Probably rated him a bit too much. Big him up. Saliba wins the header. And I hate all of you lot who probably have Trossard in your FPL team. Gabriel wins the header. Saliba asks for it. Declan Rice said no. Hey, Declan Rice, you see you're a battler, man. Thank you for signing for this club. Martinelli, win the foul. Ref! Oi! Bro, ref, what the hell is that? Did they step on Martinelli's face? Hey, someone, let's start beating up Burnley players. Ref, come on. And Martinelli, milk that, please. And ref, this fullback should be off. He should have been booked for time wasting and he should have a yellow right now. What's this? Martinelli. I mean, the time gets added on, but take this thing out of the game, man. He's our midfielder, man. Like, Havertz is nothing to write home about, but he's our midfielder. Fabio assists, pending. Raya keeping out Ramsdale, really. To be fair, can we blame? I think Raya's near enough been faultless. I'll watch the game again, as I always do, but that goal, I don't think there's much Raya could have done. Raya made 2 bad boy saves in the first half. His distribution's been good. I think Tomiyasu, look, we lost the ball very cheaply. We allowed Burnley to build out play from the back, and we lost it cheaply. Tomiyasu got savaged. Too many players are turning. It's taking a deflection. It's just a poor sequences of errors, really. Do I think Raya is clear of Ramsdale and that spot is gone? I think it's gone because you're Arteta's first choice, and I don't think Arteta would have brought you if you weren't going to be that. But I don't believe on what I've seen that Raya's running away with that shirt. I like both of them. May the best man win. I feel very sorry for Ramsdale. I think he deserved to play some Champions League minutes. I think Raya's fortunate he weren't dropped on some occasions, but it is what it is. It's 2-1 to Arsenal, people. It's a 3-goal thriller, and currently we're leading it 2-1. Can we get that third? Turn into a 4-goal thriller. Trossard, who has a goal and assist, to Zinchenko, who's gone about his business today. Curse of the commentator, horrible cross from Zinchenko. I like it, Vieira, for keeping that in. Come on, Fabio. Tomiyasu, we will forget about that. You got ripped, but it's cool, man. You're still my guy. He got cooked for no reason. There was no need to get cooked. You see, with Tomiyasu, he's a quality player. But you see, when he gets ripped, I don't know why, but he gets they absolutely cook him. It's cool, though. Martinelli. Big Gabriel. What's he going to do? Finds Zinchenko. Zinchenko to Trossard. Trossard, Brazilian flicks, chest. Ronaldinho inspired with the chest. Martinelli. Trossard, fake shot. I remember when he used to do this against us for Burnley, man. I mean, Brighton. I'm so happy he's not there anymore. Hold it, Trossard. Does well. Goes home to Zinchenko. I like your performance. I think you've been good today, Zinchenko, man. Skips out Jorginho. I need a bit more from you on the ball, Jorginho. That's normally the one thing us Arsenal fans will say about you. You know, you might not be the most sturdiest of midfielders, but on the ball, you give us a lot. I think today you ain't really been doing that. I need to see them pre-assist like in the Champions League midweek. Trossard finds Martinelli on the overlap. Martinelli has to protect the ball and go back home. And he gives it to Bossart. Bossart not really interested in staying centrally. Plays a 1-2. Zinchenko earns us a corner. Good play from us there. 179 likes. Can we get to 200 before the end of the game, folks? Our build-up play is so slow and methodical. Result of the training ground. The season is just disgusting. I don't know, man. Wow. I'm back, folks. My deliveries here. I can't wait till the game's done. Another corner. It's whistled wide. I got halloumi and some kebab wrap. I can't wait. Trafford in his hand, into his hands. Arsenal victory. Takeaway food. Spurs lost. This weekend is great. Just need some Hennessy. This left winger is causing us crazy issues. Good player, man. Who came out of nowhere with Bossart? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Someone said who scored. Trossard and Saliba are the reason we're 2-1 ahead. Can't lie, Jorginho's been moaning at his teammates a lot today. He's absolutely bollocking Declan Rice. First off, he absolutely tore into Tommy Asu for not playing a certain pass. Don't know. That's a free kick to them. Boys, just switch on now, man. I would love to get a third so we can breathe easy, but part of football is managing the game. And I think we started the second half a bit nonchalantly. Trafford had a good game today, man. Probably deserves more, but unfortunately, I support Arsenal Football Club. I don't want to get anything. He's gone long. Saka gets his head to it. Right. Clean sheet. You knew we weren't getting no clean sheet today, man. So far this season, clean sheets and scoring in the first 15 minutes of a game, they're not happening, man. Trafford goes long. Saliba wins the header. It's the first and seconds, though. Tomiyasu, get your body there, Jorginho. Poor header from you. Saka wins another header. Bro, Saka's really headering today. It's still an even contest, man. We've got, just because we scored again, we can't get too excited. Really impressed with Burnley. You can still see they've got that elements of the Sean Dyche-esque sort of stuff, but they've progressed play. They've battled where they can. They've done well today. They got some of their wingers, actually. Obviously their left wingers played a part in the goal, but number 25 has been where the problems are coming from as well more time. He's won them a lot of fouls. I also think Rodriguez up front has done a lot of dirty work for them. I've been impressed with Burnley still. In many ways, they deserve something from the game, but I do think we've been the better team. Tomiyasu done again. The efforts whistled wide. Tommy, you need to awaken that spirit that saw you lock up Mo Salah, because this winger is fancying it too much, Maybe a firm but fair tackle. To be fair, we are injury ravaged. Just need to grab points at this stage. I hear you, and you're not wrong, but I can't lie. There's more than enough in the squad to be beating Burnley. Respectfully to Burnley. I do agree with you. The squad depth isn't the strongest and whatnot. Oh, what's going on with this link? Ain't that a jar? Where's that very own Twitter link that I had? Someone posted a link. People, this has died. This is jarring. Why is it showing me Scottish League? Why am I seeing Atletico? I hate 3 p.m. kickoffs. Oh, we're back. Trossard loses out, finds Gabriel. We need to get back to last season's style of play. But we do have to evolve. I think we need to take elements of it. 100%. 100th corner of the game. DG, any news when Partey, Smith Rowe, Jesus, Odegaard return from their injuries? Nothing significant. I do think Odegaard personally will be back after the international break. I think Jesus will be around that period. Some in the nose on Twitter say Smith Rowe's injury is better than first feared, but we was told by the gaffer he's out for a month. Partey, apparently it's 2023, apologies, is done. But some in the nose on Twitter, not that I read too much into that, say that he's targeting being back for Liverpool. I don't know. Trossard with another corner. It's another decent delivery. Gabriel is plucked off his feet. Zinchenko's fouled someone off the ball. He's got caught. Hey, Trossard. Oh, I thought the ref blew the whistle. He did? Did he? Why has the ref got the whistle to his mouth? Play continues. Trossard delivers. Gabriel can't get his head on it. Saka, bring it down. Saka, we get it. You're showing you can header. Can you bring the ball down? And he's gone again. Last season's style of play didn't win us the league. I genuinely thought we would start Reece for Burnley. Saka looks knackered in the final phases of play some games. You imagine there's minutes, you know, Trossard, Martinelli, Saka. It's been a lot of minutes loaded onto them. And obviously, you know, anytime not that it's been the case today, but anytime Saka gets kicked or he's limping and things, you get a bit shook. But with 20 minutes left, I wouldn't say anyone's surprised if Saka plays 90. Guy looked like he didn't want to be on the field. Bit harsh. I wouldn't say Havertz looked like he didn't want to play on the field. It's just the same old from Havertz. I do think the last couple games, including today, step in the right direction, but you're left wanting a lot more. Like, don't know his strengths. Doesn't really take the game to the opposition. Don't really look sharp in certain actions. Same old, like, Kai Havertz, really. Trafford's gone long again. Tomiyasu and Saliba going for the same ball. Fabio Vieira, I can't lie. I don't know how we got that free kick. I like that. I move from him, Fabio Brownhill. Leave Fabio alone. Oh, sorry. He's actually just saying sorry to Brownhill. Brownhill's just saying sorry to Fabio Vieira. My bad. Just want to see my players defended. Fabio Vieira's boots are nice, man. I think him and Saliba got the nice looking boots in the team. Arteta and his coaching staff in talks. Whereas Fabio Vieira's laces been ripped. I think they've ripped his laces. I think my man's actually ripped his laces. Move, Rodriguez, man. Got a man bun. Be easy, man. Go away. F off. What do you want Fabio to do? Tell your man stop treading on him. I think we're actually all waiting for Fabio Vieira to have to redo up his boots. Yeah. Boy, stay switched on. Now, Tommy gets cooked at least twice a game and makes scrubs look like prime Brazilians. If Partey is suddenly fit for AFCON, he might as well be out in the January window. To be fair, all injury problems, I think we are overachieving. I don't quite buy into. I think we're overachieving, but it definitely could have been a lot worse. In terms of points on the board, yeah, we could have had a lot more. You know, our naiveties. I don't think injuries have been why we've dropped points, because more time, like, the result of the season wasn't played with our strongest side. I don't think we dropped points against Fulham, Chelsea, Newcastle, or Spurs in isolation due to injuries. Of course, you could say the Spurs game, if Declan Rice don't come off, Jorginho don't make that mistake, if we, you know, and them sort of things. But I think our naiveties and shooting ourselves in the foot saw us not take these points or maximum points. But some of these times we deserve to walk away with nothing. If you told me in November we'll catch our first L, I might have looked at you as a liar. And I think even the Newcastle game, we should have at least got a point. But between dodgy VAR and simply put us not creating chances, I don't know. This is why I said earlier, I think it's been a good reaction from the Newcastle game, because I've actually seen Trafford called into action several times. Pope weren't. Zinchenko, that's a lovely pass. Hold it, Trossard. Hold it, ref. Come on, man. The treading on Dons. Come on. When are you going to get the cards out? Yes, that's a soft foul and whatnot. Hey, move from him, man. Trossard gets up when he gets up. That looked like that hurt. That looked like a size 11 foot as well. That defo hurt. Big up to Trossard. He's been in the trenches. Bust his shoulder, slash his elbow. Had his foot trodden on now. Declan Rice finds Martinelli. I think them two have been good today. Zinchenko delivers. Oh, probably too much on it. Trafford has to punch it. It's falling to Saka. The keeper's in no man's land. Saka can't fashion a shot. Jorginho. Big Gabriel. Zinchenko. Declan wants. Martinelli out of nowhere, which is the case. He's in possession. Martinelli, is he going to take on his fullback? Says, yes, I am. Delivers. Headed out. Corner kick again. Feels like we've had 200 corners. Let's make it count, man. Let's make it count, man. Let's make it count. 2-1's a Buki lead. 12 corners to Burnley's 2. We have scored from one corner, but can we start taking, you know, you could argue we could have looked more threatening. Ref, watch the shirt pulling. Watch the shirt pulling. And I can't lie, there's a couple of Arsenal players. They're sitting just outside the area. If this corner bounces to them people, 73 minutes on the clock, we might be able to do something. Another lovely pass. It's hit the crossbar. Oh, Zinchenko! Scissor kicking things. Fullback union. This is why I never gave up on you. You might be terrible defensively, but you're lit. You can't talk on my guys. Zinchenko, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oi. Lovely. Lovely. To be fair, Burnley made a mess of that. I actually are unaware who hit the crossbar when the initial corner went in, but who cares? It's 3-1 Arsenal, and we can breathe a little bit. We can breathe a little bit. Trossard, because you might not have got an assist, but you've had a hand indirectly in all 3 of the goals, if not directly. Hey, Zinchenko, start crying. Start crying. Nice. I need to see tears of joy. I normally see you crying when you've made a mistake. Arsenal 3, Burnley 1. Trossard, you need to teach Saka and Martinelli how to deliver because every cross has been threatening. I think Saliba's head's actually knocked it onto the crossbar. It's bounced. Fair enough, it's not just outside the area, but as I told you, look, a couple of our players are sitting outside there. And it's falling to Zinchenko. He's just scissor chopped it. I don't even know what that is. Either way, he's pull it in the back of the net. Shout out Zinchenko. Another one with more open play goals than certain, man. Fullback union. Hey, to be fair, that is indirectly another corner that we've scored from. I'm here for this. Good reaction to conceding, if I'm honest. Nice to see the 10, let's call that 10 plus corners before I forget this point. Scored from 2. And that's a great goal to we scored from 2. That's a good goal to get at this moment. Zinchenko wins the header. Seconds, Martinelli thirds, boys. Thirds, that's ours, ref. That's ours. You're not time wasting anymore, fullback, are you? Twat. Keep going, boys. 15 minutes left. Hey, Zinchenko. See, us fullbacks were not appreciated. We're moving a bit mad from that, ref. That's off, bro. That's off, bro. Ref, don't let them talk to you like that. He shouldn't be talking to you like that. He's swearing, ref. Kids watching. Zinchenko, stop hugging company. I know you know each other, but stop breading. I don't want to see that. I'm rooting for you. Zinchenko does well. Saliba, man on. I know you're cool as this guy is too cool, calm, collect. You see you, Saliba. You see you, Saliba. You're lit. Indirectly put us under pressure, but I'm going to whisper about that. Come on, boys. They get one. It's a nervy end. Just stay professional now. Conceded a double goal. I think Burnley deserved that, really. But we keep going. I think Raya deserved a clean sheet, if I'm honest. Starting with Timber, we are 40% down to the starting field players. It is 2 substitutions coming on for Burnley. I ain't going to lie, I don't know the other player, but Ramsey's one of them. Not a fan of those socks, DG. Cut your hair, Rodriguez, man. 100%. I just want 3 points. As I said, 3 points first. Dissect performances after. If you could sign any player right now, who? Zubamendi? Well, any player would clearly be Messi or Kylian Mbappe, but Zubamendi, I'd like Zinchenko. Declan Rice. Look a lot more fluid now at certain manner off the pitch. Kung Fu finish. Yeah, there you have it. Zinni, baby. Smash the like button for Zinni. Let's not forget there are no easy games in the league. Bro, no easy games in the league. No easy games in the league. Take anyone for granted, you're going to pay for it. Tomiyasu, you got a goal in you. Come on, man. Zinni ain't going to be the only fullback. Tommy, you got a goal. Get up there from the corner. Gabriel telling Zinni, I know you're inverted fullback, but come make some space, man. Zinchenko doesn't get it. Tomiyasu tries the crossfield pass. To be fair, it's good defending by Burnley. Declan Rice wins the header. Martinelli, you're stronger than that. We've earned the corner. See, Martinelli, he's nervous. He don't want it. He don't want it. I know you don't want to do your fellow Brazilian dirty, but come on, man. Get onto him. Look at that fade as well. That's meaty. Get onto him, Martinelli. Come on, you're being too nice. Trossard, you know what to do, man. I don't even need to ask. What a player. Tomiyasu, Declan Rice, William Saliba. These kind of players with this kind of height, we need you lot. We've got 189 likes, people. Can we get to 200 for the end of the stream? 77 minutes and 39 seconds. Apologies on the clock. It's another in-swinging corner. Come on, Trossard. On the keeper again. It's a decent one. Not as good as the last one. Trafford's done well. Dark arts from Zinchenko. He's blocked a Burnley man there and we still have the ball. Martinelli. Declan Rice going mad at him for not passing it. It's here with Trossard on this left-hand side. Trossard, I ain't really been interested with... In the first half, he was playing well, but he was kind of staying a lot more central. He's not interested in that in the second half, and it's working. Trossard, get the shot or dive, my guy. It's been blocked. Committed from Burnley. Who said dive? I don't advocate cheating. Same old Arsenal. Always cheating. I can't lie. That's one of the best chances when we're winning and one of the worst chances when we're losing. Remember being at the North London derby. I'm sure Aubameyang missed that penalty. They done well. Hey, lenders are coming on. No, it's not the young G's that haven't broke their debut virginity in the league. it will be Reece Nelson and Eddie Nketiah. Jorginho killed Saka there. Saka just bulldozing his way through. Ref, play on advantage. There's no need. Ref, come. And it's to Burnley. Say wallahi, ref. Show your mum's life it's a Burnley free kick. You're a liar. You're a liar. If anything, that's ours. I thought Jorginho killed Saka, but pure Wakanda strength from Saka soon kept going on. I thought I was about to start rating the ref. I was like, right, he played advantage. That's a great call from the ref. But he's giving the foul to Burnley. How? Anyways, Burnley will make 2 subs. Oh, look, Craig Poulsman, is it Poulsen? Poulsman, whatever his name, 4th official. I'm so happy you're not involved in the game. Tomiyasu's arch nemesis coming off. To be fair, Company's taking off his 2 wingers. I think his wingers have done well today, which is good news for me. Fair enough if you need fresh legs. Brought on Byrne Larson and Jacob. Well, is this Jacob? This ain't Aaron, is it? Yeah, this is Jacob. You don't like your brother, though. He's a good player in his own right, but you're playing against Arsenal. Need slander. Zinchenko with another header. Get your body there, Trossard. Can't get there. Fabio. Ref, so that's not a foul for Fabio. Hey, behold it. It's Fabio well in ref. Come on. Come on, boys. Take the foul. Kill the game. All right, we'll take the advantage. Ref, come on. What is that? William Saliba. Raya. Come on, boys. Just be professional, man. Zinchenko's 2nd goal for Arsenal. The first one was against Aston Villa, innit? I remember that because I was doing a watchalong and I remember saying, Zini, why are you shooting? Why are you shooting? He said, shut up, mate. There's levels. Love the fact Zini scored because it's an excuse to run certain vids. Reece Nelson is coming up. Raw. Mikel Arteta is taking off Saka. We got Bukayo. Got an assist today, technically. Maybe Arteta isn't, you know, the tough father we thought. Who else is coming off? To be fair, as I said earlier, you did probably expect Saka looks vexed to come off, and as does Trossard. I like that, but you probably did it. I assume Trossard's coming off as well. You'd expect both of them to be coming off. They played a lot of games. Well, they've got a lot of minutes in the last game against PSV. Saka has played a lot of minutes. Man said PSV, Sevilla. Apologies. Nice to see Saka is coming off in one piece. Trossard, I understand if you're vexed. I know. I understand it, man, but the gaffer's got to make changes. Nelson and Eddie, come on. Let's get a 4th. Come on, Highlanders. What a player Trossard is, man. Thank you, Brighton. When you look at the next Caicedo, or the next Evans and things like that, let us know, man. Next McAllister's, anything really, wherever they're from, Japan, well, Asia, South America, Africa, Brighton, find these guys from anywhere, innit? And I know it's not really the game to scream and shout about Declan Rice, but I'll always push the Declan Rice agenda. What a player. One of the signings of the season, without a doubt. The only thing I have to say about this game is Tomiyasu getting cooked and there's no clean sheet, but good reaction in it. Get the 3 points. And we look on course to do that. Declan Rice to Saliba. I know there's one of you that got Trossard in your FPL team. I know there's one of you that got Saliba. I hate all of you lot, man. Ball's been knocked into Nelson. He had no chance there. Fabio, come on, be stronger. Ref, that's not a free kick. Come on, man. Ref, why are they surrounding you? Brownhill, come on. What? Wait there. Fabio, record. I ain't going to lie. It looked a bit high. You know, we don't do things the easy way. We're going to have to do it with 10 men. Ref, allow me, just pre the VAR. Look, everyone, Arsenal, just calm down, ref. Pattern VAR. Just have a look. I ain't gonna lie. First time it looked very high, but I didn't see it. So word to Arsene Wenger, I didn't see it, so I can't comment. Let's see the replay. Wait, let's see that again. I don't know, ref. You know, I thought he made high contact, but he's actually hit the bottom of his foot. But I'll have to see that several times. A part of me thinks it is a red card. A part of me thinks his foot is high, but the contact is made hella low. He's trod on his foot. Hey, Fabio. Walk slower, bro. Fabio. Walk. I know the minutes get added on. We need to channel that Crystal Palace spirit. VAR not having a look. Or is it not clear and obvious, so they're not looking? We wouldn't be Arsenal if we did it the easy way, especially at the Emirates, people. Boy, his foot was high. His initial foot was high. It was high, and that's what made me think it was a red. And that's kind of where I feel he doesn't have a leg to stand on. But the foot's high, and then he actually makes contact with the sole of his foot. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. But either way, Arsenal now down to 10 men. Raw, like, mad. Listen, boys, what we need to do is defend with our lives now, innit? They score a second and it's nervy central. Boys, just keep going. I still believe in us. Everyone's just got to battle a bit more. If you've come off that bench, you've got to fight. I know, now that we've gone down to 10 men, it's a bit of an L, but pardon me, you're starting to feel, could we draw for Kirill? We're bringing on, I forgot the striker's name. He's at Burnley, but I'm sure he's at Southampton. He once spent time at Arsenal, folks. Company going for it. It might be sad, but could we go for it in the back? So one of the wingers might have to cut. Martinelli might have to come off, but then again, taking off Martinelli, I don't think is necessarily the right thing, because Martinelli is gonna have to be a defender for us in that. My man's a Duracell battery. It's a bit harsh, but based on going down to 10 men, it'd be violating. But if we were scared, I think Nelson already, they just come on. They're candidates to come off through no fault of their own. Tommy, be strong. Don't get cooked. That's the Tommy Asu I know. Corner boy, switch on now. Oh, man. From celebrating Zinchenko's goal. Here it is. Our defenders doing the job today, but way too calm, man. Way too calm. Corner kick to Burnley. It's headed on. It's over the boys. Let's just all be figgy, man. DG, if you could give 3 points of advice to Kai, what would it be? I would say the first one and the major one. 6 minutes left plus. There'll be a decent amount of added on time. But you said 3 points. The major one is be confident. Be confident. You make a mistake, so what? Of course, in the ideal, another sub. This guy looks about 16. Looks like someone's getting a debut. If I don't know about him, he's got Kane Roll, so I support him. But you're playing for Burnley. Raw, Craig Bellamy at Burnley. Swear down, he was a good player. Be confident. I don't want to see anyone make mistakes, but if you're too shook to make mistakes, you're never going to happen. Again, it's football. We play out from the back. People are going to get cooked playing fullback. People are going to play stray passes. People are going to switch off. So I'd say that. And make peace, in that you're never going to be every Arsenal fan's cup of tea. You could score 3 goals. Some man will still not rate you. So make peace with that. While I don't discredit Arsenal fans' thoughts, including my own, ultimately, Mikel Arteta's opinion matters. The world says you're not good enough for Arsenal. The one man, someone spent 65 million on you, innit? Tommy Yasu's cleared it. They spent 65 million on you, and he's choosing to play you. Repay that faith. Because I think he's at that place now where I think that his teammates give him confidence. I think his mentality is all right, and I think the manager gives him confidence. But you've got to pattern it for yourself. So I would say, I don't even think there's 3 pieces of advice. I'd say, in fact, there's that. I'd say do some extra shooting drills. I just have a bit more intensity in games, man. Again, I said this on the stream, I think Thursday. You can't read too much into training sessions. Don't do this, Martinelli, bro. Martinelli's hamstrings that he's got. I hope it's just crap. This is looking like a hamstring thing. We can't buy players to stay fit. Hey, Arteta's listening. Kirill's coming on. It's a madness. But yeah, man, to answer your question, there's so much going on. I'd say install some confidence, do some training sessions, and just be a bit more proactive, man, in everything you do. Disappointed in Havertz today. He looked fairly competent last week. I think it was another 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10 from Havertz, but it is more of the same. And to be honest, ironically, yeah, there's going to be more added on time for one with this now with Martinelli, which Kirill's going to come on for Martinelli. Ironically, like it actually, in hindsight, if I knew there was going to be a man sent off, just because of how we can defend with Havertz, I would love for him to still be on the field. You kind of wish there was roll-on, roll-off subs. So yeah, now we don't. Benjamin White's not been in the squad. We know Odegaard, Jesus, Partey, and probably more players than I can even remember. Timber all out. Martinelli's coming off with what could be cramp or his hamstring bust. Fabio Vieira won't be part of. I think we got Brentford next year. No, I could be wrong, but he won't be part of whoever that is. Whoever we've got. Let me actually check. But yeah, Zinchenko, Saliba, and Trossard have done what needs to be done. Oh, that's why Zinni's doing it. I just knocked my phone off. It's sorry, people. Oh gosh, making bad noise. Apologies. That's why Zinni was doing that celebration. His gals. Brazy. Who we got next? Brentford away. Ay. 5:30 under the lights next week. Well, I said next week. It's not next week, actually. It's a week off and 2 weeks. Let's hope the landscape of our players being fit is changed by then. No fouls, Zinni. Be strong. Be strong. Be strong. To be fair to Burnley, they're battling into the end. Be strong, Zinchenko. And he's geeing up the fan. Yes, passion merchant stuff. You see us fullbacks. One day we'll get our credit. One day we'll get our credit. This ain't a day to be waffling about attackers. One love to Saka and Trossard. This is for our defenders. Gabriel's been good. Tommy got cooked, but Zinni's been good. Hey, Tommy, he's remembering himself. He's won the ball back. Tommy, I know they say icy frees are fast, but you're asking a lot of Eddie Nketiah there. You're killing him. And quite silly, really, because I think you could have just galloped forward until you got fouled. Backs against the wall stuff. Let's keep going, boys. Kane roll you from Burnley on the left-hand side. You're not going to make it, bro. I ain't seen you before. To be fair, Burnley look a lot better when they're playing against 10 men. Come on, Zinni. Stand up tall, man. Declan Rice supporting. They've delivered. Tommy win the header. Lovely. But unfortunately, we got 10 men. And Burnley will just get that back. Spider-Verse, you know. As always, brother DJ on Smoke with another great stream. Appreciate it with some great viewers. Balls into the box. That's ours, ref. That's ours, ref. All right, big up Gabriel. Because Jorginho's been moaning at everyone. I thought he was moaning at someone, but he's actually G'ing up Gabriel. 6 minutes of added on time. Mazzolini. Come on, Eddie. Don't let him go. Eddie, you're doing well. Come on, boys. If we're tired now, imagine how we'll feel when we can see, if we can see too. The feeling of discipline hurts, but it hurts a lot more than the feeling of regret. All into the box by Burnley. Zinni. Zinchenko spot on. Zinchenko switch on. I know someone's got to do the passion merchant thing in the void of Ramsdale. The ball was off, but Zinchenko was spot on defensively there. I like that you're geeing up the fans. Pattern up though, man. Please switch on. Rodriguez, shut up. He's not fouling you. What do you want with Gabriel? You got a man bun. Leave it out, mate. Leave it out. You look like you should be working in Urban Outfitters. Gabriel, leave him alone, man. I was rating you, Rodriguez. Shut up. Shut up. Wait, VAR. Don't piss me off. VAR for what? Don't annoy me. Don't annoy me. What's said to have happened? Come on. Gabriel's pushing in. Rodriguez is giving it back. Come on, man. There's nothing in that. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Already a Buki red card. I say Buki, it's not. You know what, Rodriguez? Gabriel plays for Arsenal, so I have to back him in it, but nothing in that, man. Defending yourself. Hurry up, Michael Oliver, man. You be a shame if somebody happened to slide tackle him by mistake as well, if the ball was near him. Hold it, Nelson. Hold it. Be strong, Nelson. You're better than that, man. Eddie and Nelson, you lot just come on the pitch. You should be the fittest. Poor ball from Burnley. Raya wants. Yo, Tommy. You're lucky Raya's there, you know. That was a Buki pass. Slightly Saliba be switched on as well. I'm not going to lie. Vieira's foot was high, but the contact is very low. To be devil's advocate, just because I feel it's a harsh penalty or a harsh foul doesn't mean it's not a foul. But I do think, again, I have to watch it several times. That looked like a harsh red card to me. Their fullback should be off for 2 yellow card offences. Kovacic got away with murder against us. Bruno Gamara is the same. Declan Rice, boy, that's a free kick there. You better be easy on Declan Rice. Yellow card for Good Munson. He had to make that foul, really. Declan Rice, I know you're Mr. Iron Man. I love it. Hammer at heart, playing for Arsenal. But could you have acted like he's chopped you in two there and just... There's 3 minutes, take this thing out of the game, man. Boy, Did someone say if Kai Havertz was on, there would be no red card? Boy, some would say Vieira's off the pitch and he's still doing more than him right now. I'm being harsh. Eddie, hold it. Eddie, hold it. Eddie, hold it. Lovely. That's ours, ref. That's ours. I'm not gonna lie. Come off the Burnley, man. Can you blame them young G's if they're side-eyeing? Like, right. Not how much I'm doing to get little minutes at the Emirates. Burnley still pouring forward. Tomiyasu, you need to get there. You know, you switched off. Nelson Beckett, still here with Burnley. Are they going to put the ball into the mixer? I hope not. The cane roll, Tomiyasu's being doubled up against Jorginho. Well in. Ref, oh, thank you for fouling Rodriguez. Jorginho, one thing about you, you know how to time waste. Rodriguez, if you cut your hair, you would have seen him, you know. You the captain with a man bun. Cool, blimey. No wonder they're fighting relegation, mate. IC3 manager. That's why there's not many of them in the game. I'm allowed to. It's a weird to take, but big up company. Company, we're not losing to you. The utter cheek of you to rock up in the trackie or whatever it is. You look wavy, but you ain't earned that credit. You need to turn up in a suit when you come to the Emirates, mate. Corner kick to Burnley. We need to be spot on now, man. Not too long left. We're fighting. Corner kick to Burnley. It's flicked on. Hey, do you know what? There's one thing I like what Raya does, you know. When it's clearly going over the bar and into the side net and he punches it, it slightly wastes his time. Now I know Arteta wishing he brought on Kiri probably sooner, innit? Careless, man. In the words of DG, my heart can't take this. Do you know, I'm relatively easy, man. It was studs raised. It was studs are raised. We're going to have to get on with it. Why has the stream just gone back several minutes? Jorginho's still down. There's going to be minutes on to that, minutes added on. Does Rice have a bad game in him? Listen, don't jinx him. Somebody had Captain Trossard for FPL. Supporter told Zini, calm down. As he should. Calm down, man. I love it. I love the passion thing, but I need my 3 points, man. Save them theatrics after the game. Once or twice, it's lit, but just focus. I hope it's just cramped. And he's had a lot of minutes loaded up. As I said at the start, and some of you lot agreed, probably didn't expect Saka, Martinelli, or Trossard to play the duration of the game. Unfortunately for Martinelli, he's had to come off from other circumstances. Oh, mate, you're going to freeze at this moment in time? Really? Really? Well, there's not long left. Really? Pick up you lot, man. I swear that I hate 3 p.m. kickoffs. Really? Game probably done now, to be fair. Oh. You're trying to get my video wiped off YouTube. Oh, Raya's been called into action again. Oh, there's... Hey, Jorginho, act like you've been shot again, please. Thank you. Oh, how come my stream come back to madness? Pandemonium in our box. Boy. Jorginho looked like he took a whack there, but it's for the cause. I like the bravery. With Jorginho, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if you're actually telling the truth or if you actually got whacked, but my eyes told me it looked like you took some sort of shot there. First time Zinchenko's half switched off. The ball's played in behind him. It's delivered well. What's going on there? I don't know. I actually don't know. I need to see that again. There's too much going on in the box. I think inadvertently, Kyrgios kicked Jorginho in the face, you know. Boy. We're over the added on 6 minutes, folks. Any more injuries, we're playing Ether. We can't play Ether. The Hibbabars are over there for England. The under 17s, they won 10-0 today. I mean, it might be positive that Martinelli is still on the bench and maybe not in the squad, in the dressing room, sorry, receiving treatment. I don't know. What is different? Not category, man. I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal. 3-1. Hey, big up the different not. Make sure you're subscribed. Hey, bang on the money. Someone tell him lottery tickets next, man. Ref, the game should be done. Why are you talking to Arteta? Arteta, come man. You know what? We need to. I can't lie. We need to start bullying the refs. Alex Ferguson thing. Jorginho's still on the floor. I ain't gonna cap that. Look like, yeah, man. Must be mad. Nelly thinks he's slick. He just doesn't want to run around. Done that. Oh man. DG, who's your man of the match? Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko's been good. It's between Zinchenko and Trossard. I might. You know what? I have to give it to Trossard, man. I think Trossard, he's had a hand in the 3 goals. Only just. In fact, now it has to be. I give it Trossard, but I think Zinchenko deserves it, so they might have to share it. Who else has been good today? I think Martinelli's been good. I think Raya's been good. I think Saliba's been good. I think Rice has been good. Jorginho's back on his feet. Oh, yeah, his head is bust. Hey. Kirill is cool, man. Stop looking scared, man. It's cool, man. It's cool, man. It's cool. You know you didn't mean it. You know, we've had Trossard bust his elbow and shoulder. Jorginho's head is bleeding like he's in WWE. Well in Jorginho, man. It's going to be painful. Probably going to need some stitches. El Nene coming on. Charity minutes. Come on. Big up Mohamed El Nene, the best Egyptian in the league. Didn't even think he's coming. I'm not going to lie. If it wasn't you, El Nene, I'll be going mad. It's a pet peeve of mine. But I hate, but to be fair, back to Charles' pause quickly. But I hate when I see players that are coming on fiddling with shin pads and trousers and the rest of it. To be fair, didn't expect himself to come on. Oi. Yeah, Jorginho is going to need some serious stitches. Big up Jorginho. Might even need a haircut. Oh, that there for her. Eddie fight. Ref, the game's done. Surely, man. Keep fighting, Eddie. Ref, we've got about 99 minutes on this stream. Ref, come on, man. Burnley ain't got that budget to have paid you enough to keep playing on. Burnley could be in here. Declan Rice standing up tall. Meaty shot, ref. It's gone wide. Come on, don't bite it, ref. That should be that. Ref, we playing that, man. Seriously, we playing that. Hey, Burnley's really changed, but I did not think I would see these sort of hairstyles for players at Burnley. Well, it looks like El Nene's not coming on. What's going on here? What's the delay? So we're having to play 9 men now? Bro, why is El Nene not allowed on the field? What kind of nonsense is going on? Brother, don't embarrass El Nene. You made him look like a full kit wanker as well, and he's not coming on. What? So we have to complete the game with 9 players. Doesn't matter. 11, 9, 10. We've reacted to the Newcastle game. Arsenal 3, Burnley 1. Probably a clean sheet was too much to ask for. You know, it is what it is. We've got 3 goals. We've got 3 points. You know, we reacted well we bounced back better yet and reacted to losing to Newcastle. Obviously, it was 1-1 at a point and we shot ourselves in the foot. Big up Trossard. He's had a hand in all 3 of the goals. All 3 of the goals. And he's got a goal and assist. Saka's obviously got an assist as well. Saliba popped up from a corner. I think we did well today, man. I think also on the theme with Newcastle, I think we reacted in a sense that I actually saw Trafford have a good game. To be brutally honest, though, I don't think it will help Burnley because they've lost the game. And big us up for finishing the game with 9 men and having to have a period with 10 players. But I think Burnley fought where they could. You know, I think they were positive where they could. I think even without the goal, I think in a period in the first half, they worked Raya twice. I think Burnley gave a good account of themselves, if I'm completely honest. They did look a bit nervous when defending in their half. I think Trafford, their goalie, had a good game. But ultimately, I'm happy we won, innit? Still want a bit more from Kai Havertz, of course. But I think, our wingers look fairly bright. I think Trossard was amazing. I think Zinchenko had a great game. I think Gabriel and Saliba stood up tall. I mean, Tomiyasu got cooked for the goal, but other than that, near enough faultless. It's not really a game where there's anything. Business as usual. 3 points on the board, 2 wins this week, which is a great reaction to obviously losing 2 games last week. Go into the international break with a feel-good factor. Obviously, I hope Trossard's elbow/shoulder is all right. I hope Benjamin White's able to resume playing for us after the international break. He's not been in the squad. The same goes for Gabriel Jesus, Odegaard. We obviously hope the Timbers, the Partey's, and anyone else who's injured of this world are back fit sooner rather than later. So, yeah, I can actually watch Match of the Day this weekend, people, which is also great, man. So, decent game at the office from us, man, if I'm honest. Let me know your thoughts. With that being said, let's start doing player ratings, people. Player ratings. Let me move my mic a bit. I need to sit up to tight. Raya, I would say right, 8. I don't think I'll give you an 8 because you didn't really have to do much like that. But anything you did, you is equal. I think you're unfortunate not to have a clean sheet. I think your distribution was good today. Can't ask anything more from Raya. Tomiyasu, humble 6. I think sometimes, I think it could have been a 7. But I have to minus a point for getting cooked. I think Tomiyasu did well today. Saliba, faultless as ever. There was one moment where it looked like you got outpaced, but you actually, pardon me, you actually what was it? You actually put the ball out for a corner where Tomiyasu switched off as well, and everybody else. Obviously, you got a goal for us as well, which takes a 7 to. Well, no, I'll give him a 9 because I think he played as an 8 anyways. So extra point. Gabriel, I'll give you an 8. I think Gabriel did well, man. I don't like the fact that you and a number of players kind of half turned for the goal. Because I mean, you're taught in Sunday League, don't turn, don't be a pussycat, accept whatever your fate is. Sorry for hitting the mic there, but I think Gabriel was decent. Zinni, you scored, and I think you was near enough faultless today as well. You was good, and you scored a great goal. Your passing was good. You was kind of back to your best. And I'm the first one as a Sunday League fullback to ask questions of Zinchenko defensively. I think you were spot on today, especially with your header in. Can't ask anything more from Zinchenko, man. 10 out of 10 for me from Zinchenko. Again, if I watch the game again, something will be said. Jorginho, 6, really. I think you was good, but I wanted to see you a bit more on the ball and doing that normal Jorginho stuff, if I'm honest with you. Kai Havertz, 5. Just want a bit more from you. Rice, 8. Declan Rice stuff, really and truly simple as that. Saka played like a 7. Bonus point takes him to an 8 for getting an assist. Trossard, like Zinchenko, can't ask anything more from you. Think he was great today. Think he was good where you was kind of in the first half having to just play as a striker, a traditional one, even though you was linking up play. Second half, you kind of pulled out more to the left-hand side. I think you had a good game. I think Martinelli had a good game. No goals or assists to match, but I think he deserves an 8. I think Martinelli was quite good today. So yeah, 8 for Raya, 6 for Tomiyasu, 6 for Tomiyasu, 8 for Raya, sorry, 6 for Tomiyasu, Saliba a 9, Gabriel an 8, Zinni 10 out of 10, Jorginho a 6, Kai Havertz a 5, Declan Rice and Saka 8, Trossard 10 out of 10, between him and Zinchenko for man of the match, Martinelli an 8, substitutes, Vieira and A, really, you got yourself sent off. Do I think the initial approach was high? Yes, and if it's one of them, we can't really complain if it's given for a red. I can be devil's advocate and say the contact is very low, but it was silly, isn't it, really? And now for Brentford, you probably wouldn't have started, but you're not in the squad, and maybe, with Kai Havertz, Arteta's patience might again be running thin. You could have been played into contention, and it just adds to the fact that's probably the only thing in that we've picked up more injuries now. We don't know for Martinelli. We know Benjamin White's not there. We know Fabio Vieira's not there. We know midfield is a delicate position already. We're kind of praying Odegaard's fit sooner rather than later. Fabio Vieira, obviously Smith Rowe was injured as well, but you would imagine if Fabio Vieira and Smith Rowe were fit, there's opportunities for you to take advantage of voids in midfield. That's not a thing. So yeah, man, you got ineffective and you got yourself sent off. Really and truly, Nketiah, Kirill, and Nelson, the game's kind of done. Really, I can give you the them 3. I don't think you did anything. The game you lot did well in a 5 out of 10. Really, you helped us see out the game, but the game was done. And obviously, when you go down to 10 players, arguably 9, when for whatever reason I don't know, I have to listen with the TV on mute. El Nene could have come on. We did all right, man. We didn't use 5 subs, did we? El Nene would have been the 5th, but it wasn't to happen. So yeah, Arteta couldn't ask any more of you today. You got for 10 out of 10. Really, yeah, 10 out of 10, really. I mean, I could put it down to a 9 and ask why did Havertz start instead of Fabio Vieira, but that's reaching. We know Kai Havertz was always going to start within the limitations that he has. Did what we needed to do, man. I'll tell you something, refs are onto us. They look for any chance to zang us. We shouldn't be getting the benefit of the doubt anymore. You think Company gets the sack? He could end up getting sacked, Company, really. Ultimately, football managers are the first to go. I think it could be worth staying with him if they get relegated. But at some point, if they feel there's something to salvage in their season, then yeah. As I said, I like the fact that we got 3 goals. I like the fact that 2 of the goals Zinni's goal came from a set piece and Saliba or indirectly in his goal came from a set piece. Like the fact that for all the corners, we got some change out of that. Like the fact that we got the goal just before half time. Like the fact that we reacted to the initial setback of 1-1. But by that same token, that was a silly mistake from Tomiyasu and phase of play, which led to that. Did still think we're starting games a bit slow. You know, I can't remember the last time we've scored in the first 15 minutes at the Emirates. As I said, it was a good reaction to actually work their keeper, which we didn't do against Newcastle, but wanted us to score a bit earlier. You know, at a point, there was that sort of looked like it could be a Burnley on goal, but that didn't. Nothing came to it. Saka had a good effort early on, Trossard as well. So I still think there's something to be said with fashioning chances and creating chances and playing at a high tempo and things. Even though, yes, in games like this, you need to be patient because of the way Burnley set up. I wouldn't say they set up negative. It was like a 4-4-2. I think their wingers looked dangerous and at times won them some free kicks and got them up the field. I think Burnley respected us where they could and tried to make some, you know, tried to create and cause danger where they could. I was impressed with Burnley, really and truly, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, man, long story short, I'm happy to get the 3 points. And now it's about putting a run together, really, because as you lot all know, it's a difficult run of fixtures now. You've got Brentford away, which is a game no one wants to play. We then stop off in the Champions League against Lens, where the more games with the less players available, it's a big test. We've got Wolves at home on December the 2nd. We've got Luton away. You know, we should be beating Luton away, especially because we seem to be cleaner away from home, even though we lost our last away game. And, you know, I wouldn't say Jurgen Klopp or Liverpool slept on Luton, but maybe their fans did. And it just shows a bit like today why you can't write off anyone. We've got some difficult tests, man. We've got Brentford in the Premier League alone. Brentford, Wolves, Luton, Aston Villa, Brighton at home on the 17th of December. Then you've obviously got Liverpool. So it's a difficult test from now to the end of the year. We're going to need to stand up to be counted and earn that right to end up with a trophy of some sorts come the end of the year, man. But we did what needed to be done, man. They are playing football. And if you watch them in the Championship, they came up balling. Burnley were balling. We've got 221 likes. Sorry to make bare noise, but if you hit the like button, obviously if you're on Twitter or Twitch, big up you lot as well, man. I think I have to give it to Trossard, but I think it's a tie with Trossard and Zinchenko, but I'll give it Trossard. Kirio, unfortunately, kicked Jorginho in the face. You know, you know what it is, that these injuries, when your players are getting injured, you just can't make it up. I don't think there was any intent. You know, it's a nonchalant flick. Jorginho's just being brave and he got caught. Gino are doing all right this season. Trossard has to get it for the goal and assist, but Zini was class. El Nene man of the match. They got down my boy Jorginho. Buying Rice from contract from West Ham is money well spent. How did we go from that to Havertz? Arteta's got to hold that one there, man. Postecoglou man of the match. Bro, Jorginho's head is bust, man. Man said he's got the Longberg here. Tommy let himself down here. He could always shut down the winger, went soft there. Yeah, man. And I think in a nice way, life kind of always brings you back down to earth. It's been a great few weeks for Tomiyasu. Kind of pulled back to reality, if even though I don't think Tomiyasu isn't someone that lives in reality with that. There was a couple of actions I think Tommy could have done well. Maybe he's so used to playing left back, really. It's a bit basic over them sides again, but I don't know, man. That's how you hold on to your lead with 9 players. I'm being shameless. Run that. Run that. 9 players, 3 points, no problem. In fact, let me tweet that. 9 players in the field at home, no problem for us. Them I could never. Way. Tomorrow, people will be watching Chelsea City together, the Cole Palmer derby. I'll probably be live half an hour from kickoff, so just bear that in mind, people. It's so nice to win. Them lot down the road lost, or I'd say down the road. Arsenal's probably down the road for me. Like I could literally hear when they play at home, these Spurs, in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So yeah, man. Definitely saw lower energy levels after the Sevilla game. Naturally, man, like games are coming thick and fast. You know, you look at Benjamin. Well, I'm not really surprised he's injured because, you know, you have to bet on players. The players that are fit are going to suffer indirectly a lot more when other players are injured. Most professional performance, but what's a game at the Emirates without a little drama? There you have it, man. Zini is improving defensively, though. I just hope he can be consistent. As I said earlier, I believe that, and I've echoed that all season, but I just feel with Zinchenko, when it's them moments, more time, the bigger games, that's when you've not when you needed to be that. You haven't done that. Certainly appreciate you for resubscribing on Twitch with Amazon Prime as well. Good win, but still feels like a missed opportunity for GD. It's true, but if I'm honest with you, I'm not surprised that we didn't put them to the sword, despite the fact that we got 80-odd goals last year. And, you know, obviously we got more than, I think we had 20 plus. We've probably still got that bordering on to 30 now. we're not the most clinical of sides. We don't really have variety in the chances we create. And our chance conversion and big chances is underperforming. That is one metric. I do actually think indirectly us improving defensively and off the ball has kind of suffered. That's why I was saying earlier, clearly a better striker can do a lot more with even half chances. But even if we sign a striker, they're going to play to their true potential. Whatever you say about Eddie Nketiah, whether he's good enough or not, does he really get enough chances afforded to him in front of goal? Playing for Arsenal should be a dream with those players behind you. And our team historically, do we really create enough? As much as Jesus misses chances, do we create enough? When we sign Vlahovic, Osimhen, all of these guys that you lot want, they might get 20 league goals. And I'm pushing it and exaggerating a bit. But if we created to the point where we're not talking about what we're talking about right now, could it be 30? So buying a striker is one thing, but Arteta has got to arrest the chance conversion. Creation, sorry. And ultimately, I think our chance conversion will look a lot better, man. But is what it is. We've got to do more on them corners. We can't average 10 plus and not scoring from them. To be fair, look, we did score from 2 of them today, but generally, I think we could do a lot more. I actually think Trossard needs to show Martinelli and Saka how to take corners, because on a consistent basis, every ball that Trossard was putting in was dangerous, really, and really on the keeper. Burnley's marking for Saliba's goal was terrible. Like, nobody's taking, obviously it's zonal marking, but in Sunday League, you're taught, take the man off the keeper. Like Saliba, man mounting Saliba is standing on Trafford, not fouling him, just standing on him. Like, they played it to their own, really. So I'm here for that. Rice 80 narrowly missed the goal. Hope Jorginho is okay. We need him back next game. I think he'll be all right. He might be, head will be hurting, gonna have to go through the pain of stitches, but he'll be all right, man. You're tough. Played well. Just need to be more clinical in the final third. And Havertz, if you want that goal, shoot at goal. I want him to do well so badly. Saliba gives me nightmares with his little Ronaldinho moments in defense, but then he pulls it off so calmly. It's true, there will be a time it doesn't happen. And to be fair, Saliba caught life in the first half. If you remember that his interception led to Raya having to make a save, but it's not trying to catch Saliba out. Everyone makes mistakes. Thought Martinelli was pretty good. Would throw him in for man of the match. Martinelli's a candidate, but I just feel Zinchenko was on another level. And I can't look beyond Trossard. I can't lie. Like, obviously, being an attacker, you're going to get the bias in it because you're scoring and assisting. But that's what we want to see. It's been 2 great games from Trossard. And for me, playing through the middle in the first half, affecting the game, more pulling out to the left-hand side in the second, that was great. On another day, I would want a lot more from our right-hand side. I think Tomiyasu got into the final third a lot. I think it's more of the same from Havertz. I think his last couple games have been decent, but Havertz is the enigma that we know who he is. I think Saka was good, but I just feel naturally, we're going to look better on the left-hand side. Declan Rice is making those runs, advancing runs in the 8. Martinelli's over there. Zinchenko's over there. I felt Trossard did peel off to the right-hand side in the first half to a degree, but he was more kind of doing things on the left-hand side. So naturally, we're not really going to get much bang from our buck from the right-hand side. I think with Rice playing on the left of midfield, it's affecting our right-hand side in terms of using it left where most of our attacks are happening. Just need another midfielder to play with. Big up DG, standard win. Man of the match was Trossard. Only saying that because I captained him in FPL. Vieira red card was harsh, and one downside, no clean sheet, and Tomiyasu was skinned for the goal. True, and I don't want to get into it, but I don't understand the consistencies with refereeing with fouls in the box. Fair enough, you didn't give Gabriel's one last week. Yeah, you've given one for for Saka in their box. In their box, I think it was Gabriel. The same thing has happened. So you've called a foul for Saka's one, but you ain't called one for this. I think we should have had a penalty shout, but I ain't gonna get into that. I do think us Arsenal fans behave like the boys and girls who cry wolves. It's long now, man. Like, I don't think they want consistency. I don't think anybody understands what they're actually doing. It's long now. We definitely need an 8. Who are you taking out? Zubamendi and Ruiz. I think Ruiz can play as an 8. I don't think Zubamendi is that. I'd rather Zubamendi. Can't wait to see Timber link with our wingers. I don't think anyone can. I can't wait for Timber to be back so that in big games we're strong 1v1. Saka still looks a little off the pace. Not sure if no right back overlapping is affecting his game. Bit harsh. I didn't think he lacked today. I actually think Saka as well, defensively, that's one area he can improve. He put in a shift. Like, he's very brave with a lot of his headers today. But fair play. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We need a player in a variety mode to be in midfield. We love that. It's easier said than done, though, isn't it? Really, with less of the variety antics, I'd say. But it's a good game. We did what needed to be done. Would you rather have to high five everyone you see or work for Five Guys for the rest of your life and your life with no promotions? high five, innit? Because there'd be no it depends. Legit, I don't know what games you're playing, but if you're talking about high fiving people, I'd rather that because any job, like, why would you want to be in a position where there's no progress? W stream because of W stream with supporters like yourself, man. Big up you lot. Professional win. Don't know how to feel about the Fabio situation. It's one of them. I need to watch it several times. I did think initially you was in trouble. Watching it again, your foot was kind of high initially, but you made contact low. It's one of them where, on one hand, I think it's a bit harsh, but on the other hand, I don't really feel you have a leg to stand on, really. You should be thinking, really. So I would say, based on you lot's comments, Trossard's the man of the match, but good for Zinchenko, really. I did feel Burnley's wingers were, I won't quite say dangerous, but they were relieving a lot of pressure in the first half for them. And also, you know, their goal came down the left. Tomiyasu got cooked a new one, innit? You see, we need points from a game. It's always the same players that mess up our game. Bit harsh on Fabio, you know. I mean, he shouldn't have got the red card. He's, you know. Is it? Wait, that's a straight red. I just deeped it. That's a straight red, isn't it? So he's missed 3 games. So that's you out of Brentford. That's you out of Brentford. Brentford, Wolves, and Luton. I would like to have you on the bench for Brentford, if I'm honest, because you don't know what that game's going to have. With Jesus likely coming back next game, would you put him straight into the lineup or stick with Trossard? Because don't want to fix what's not broken. If Jesus is proper fit, and again, it's probably too premature to talk about Brentford, and I think he will elect for Kai Havertz because of the height. I think Jesus probably going to take, you know, it'd be touch and go. Will probably be reluctant to start him. But for me personally, assuming the Brentford game was tomorrow and how I feel right now, which to a degree are quite reactionary, I say what I said earlier in the stream. You know, for me, Jesus through the middle, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, Trossard in the 10, and then Jorginho and Rice. Havertz should do the impacting thing off the bench. So that's what I will go with at this time. You know, I always say I wish for Trossard we could, and Smith Rowe, that I wish we could play 12 players. Unfortunately, we can't. And I think that would be it. I think Trossard shows a willingness to press as well. With everyone fit and healthy and playing well, who would be your starting 11? I think if everybody's fit, playing well, to a degree, it picks itself. It all depends on Zinchenko and Timber. I think Timber would be in the strongest team for me, but Zinchenko on his day is great, as is Tomiyasu. Assuming everyone's fit and playing well, Raya Ramsdale, it is what it is, isn't it? Like I'll say Raya at this moment in time, but either one really. I'd say Raya right now. I would personally go Timber off the left, Benjamin White off the right, Gabriel and Saliba obviously in midfield. Thomas Partey, Rice, and Odegaard on the left, Martinelli on the right, Saka through the middle, Jesus. What do you think of Havertz? I thought he did well. He used his height well in certain areas. He's got into good areas, but he didn't make the right decision. Bit too nonchalant on the ball in their box for me. Another game where you're not playing bad, but it's like everyone just looks a standard higher than you. Like even Jorginho, he weren't playing like how he was playing midweek, but just doing more things than you really. Like I do think Havertz is probably the last 4 games he's been all right, 5 or 6 out of 10. But I mean, we're praising the man for winning fouls, for showing a willingness to get stuck in, for his height. You just want a lot more, really. Timber likes to go forward more than Zinny. You got the athleticism. Move Zinny to the 8 and put Tommy at left back. Buy Hincapie for left back and get a striker, says JV. So yeah, that's what I'd have to say. Jesus starts if he's fully fit. I understand the reluctance though, man. Pardon me, but if fully fit, yeah. Feels like a loss. Would be happier if Arteta played a high line when we went to 10 men and we got hit for 4. That's real bravery. You're capping a bit. There's no way that feels like a loss. I hear you, but you're capping a bit, man. No way that feels like a loss. That therefore feels like a win. And even if it don't, we got 3 points in it, man. I'm not here for that one there, man. I respect your opinion, but come feel like a loss. I hear it, but nah, man, you can't say this feels like a loss. This feels like a win. It is a win, really and truly. Shout out to whoever on Twitch did the prediction for the game. So yeah, man, I just think we need different options. I think there's games for Zinchenko to start, let alone get a run in form. I believe the same for Timber, and I believe the same for Tomiyasu. If you simply put, we just need a squad, really. Even obviously, Tini, I think the manager would have kept you for squad depth, but you probably said, I'm not really on that. I want to get first team football. It'd be nice to even have Tini in the squad at this moment in time, essentially, because you don't know when injuries are going to strike and to who, man, at any given moment. So yeah, man, simply put, it's nice to win the game. On that note, though, people, it's been a fantastic live stream with you lot. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, again, match reaction videos to follow this. I'll be back tomorrow, half an hour before kickoff, to watch Chelsea versus City with you lot. It's the international break. It's been a fantastic game with you lot across YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button. You know, make sure you troll your Spurs and United fans, friends who support those clubs, because United lost midweek. Hopefully they lose whenever they're playing. If they haven't lost already, fair enough. Spurs lost today in the 90th minute. If that was Arsenal, they'd say bottling. They've got incorrect squad depth. The manager's out of has no ideas, etc. So go and give help. And it's nice to be able to watch match of the day. But yeah, man, thank you for watching the game with me. Safe, man. In light with what Zinchenko done, it's only right.
Against this right back, Charlie.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like